in the NBA playoffs, OKC takes a 2-1 lead into San Antonio. Tip-off is at 8. In baseball, the Cardinals and Reds split a doubleheader yesterday. St. Louis took game 1 8-1. The Reds took the nightcap 7-6 in 11 innings. They square off again at 1:40. Catch the action right here on The Fan. Zach Wheeler pitched 6 shutout innings to lead the Phillies over the Guardians last night 3-0. They square off again at 1:40. Catch the action immediately following Fan Sports Sunday. Columbus Crew SC are in action today at Scott's Miracle Grove Field, taking on Atlanta United. Kickoff is at 5. And in the Stanley Cup playoffs, the Hurricanes tied up their series with Montreal 3-2 in overtime. Tonight, the Golden Knights take a 2-0 series lead back home against the Avalanche. Puck drops at 8. Breaking sports news on The Fan, Ohio Sports Destination.
Live and local, it's time for Fan Sports Sunday. If the weekend is a big desert for sports talk, think of this show as an oasis.
Yes, here we go.
Come drink from our pool of hot takes as you quench your thirst with. I thought I was going somewhere, but I'm not. So let's just start the show.
Yeah, counting down 2 weeks until this show hits the road. Heading back home. We're going to Dublin.
Yeah.
For the Memorial Tournament in Muirfield.
That's where we both live. It's an easier commute.
Yeah, I know. So we don't have to go very far. But I was driving through Bridge Park. Hello, I'm Cole Bartimas. He's Dylan Gonzalez, Nate Puderbaugh with us as well. Driving through Bridge Park yesterday, and they already got it all done. They got all the decorations, all the golf balls, all the little this, little bit of that. And so
it's funny because
'tis the season.
Yeah. Like we said, we both live over there. I like to, I'm getting older. I like to go, just go for walks, Cole. I go for walks in Bridge Park. And
except this weather doesn't really bring that because we're not really getting walking weather.
It's been very windy walks for me when I do go out. But I've been slowly seeing the progression of the decorations of Bridge Park over the past month or so. They got like all the memorial winners. They have like stickers on the bridge that goes from Old Dublin to Bridge Park.
Yeah.
And they got all the banners. They got like the big golf ball over on the Bridge Park side. Like they've really, really come a long way from when they first started making Bridge Park like the unofficial party spot of the memorial, which I feel like wasn't always the case.
It was not always the case. In fact, you were telling me just before the show that it seems like the past couple of years, Bridge Park has really taken over as the party place for the Memorial Tournament. And I can almost give you an exact date.
I think it's been, I want to say this is like the 3rd year that this has been the case. Because they have like, I think it's Friday, Saturday. They have like concerts and all this stuff going on down there too. What's the date?
On February 26th, 2022, the historic Bogey Inn in Dublin permanently shut down its regular operations.
Yes, I forgot about that.
Is why Bridge Park has taken over as the premier spot, aside from just being better. But I think just like
that hurt a lot of people's feelings, but it's probably the truth.
And it's funny, just like how, and then they were talking about reviving the Bogey Inn. I guess those plans fell through, but this will be, what did I just say, February? So that would be the 2022 Memorial up to now. So there have already been 4, so this would be year 5.
Or this would be the 4th.
No, 2022,
you're right.
3,
Yep.
4, 5,
Yep,
6.
Yep.
So the 2026 Memorial will be the 5th Memorial Tournament without the Bogey Inn existing in Dublin. So
I forgot about the Bogey
sends
Inn.
everybody to Bridge Park, which you and I were doing the math before the show. That is not close.
No, it's like,
as far as like it's in the same suburbs, so it's Dublin to Dublin. But as far as Dublin to Dublin goes, the Memorial Tournament, Muirfield Village and Bridge Park are not near each other.
No, it's like I would say like a 15-minute drive, and then when you add in all the Memorial mayhem, probably take you like a good 20 minutes to get from one spot to the other.
Yeah, and please take an Uber, but they're going to be Ubers stacked up to the gills.
Well, I take the zoo shuttle. I don't know how many shuttles there are, but yeah, so since I live on that end of Dublin, like one street over would be Powell. I'm probably like 5 to 7 minutes away from the zoo, and instead of dealing with all the traffic and the parking situation, I just hop on the zoo shuttle, and it's pretty efficient. Like, they got a few of them going. You're never really waiting a long time, at least
I didn't realize how close
mind.
that was.
Yeah, it's right there.
Doing the geography in my head, that is right there.
You just go down Sawmill Road, turns into Sawmill Parkway. You make a left right there on 750, and boom, you're at the zoo from my house.
Genius. How much do you have to pay to park at the zoo?
Well, the thing is like since I have a kid, I am a zoo member.
Oh.
So the parking for me is free, but I think for everybody else it's $10.
How much is a zoo membership?
Yeah, because I always park at the zoo. It's only like $5 or $10.
F me, I guess.
I don't know how much a zoo membership is because we have this year upgraded to the Zumbizi Bay membership, which includes the zoo membership.
Look at you.
Yes, that's an investment. I'll tell you that.
So when I was in middle school, the season pass for Zumbizi Bay, if I'm not mistaken, was like $64.
It is not that anymore. I can tell you that.
I imagine not, because I believe it was like $32 for a day pass at Zumbizi Bay back in the day. So it was like if you go twice, you've basically hit your threshold. And so the idea would be if you go to Zumbizi Bay a ton, which by the way, I was just talking to Kristen about this yesterday. Zumbizi Bay, I feel like I did not take advantage of. With how good of a park that is.
You still can, Cole.
I guess. But I would feel weird. Like, that'd be the whole, like, how do you do, fellow kids? The Steve Buscemi gif.
They even have like the after dark events too, which is like catered to adults. I'll tell you what I used to do.
I would actually go to that.
Yeah, before because
I don't want to stand in line with a bunch of like 7-year-olds and be like, what am I doing here?
Well, it's different for me because I have a kid.
Yes.
So it's a built-in excuse
are supervising
for me to go down, water slides. I'm actually
Gianna.
enjoying it, but I say it's because of her. I think the membership together, like after tax, it was like for me and her was like just shy of like $250. And I mean, you go whenever you want the whole summer. I feel like it's worth it.
Yeah.
For us, you have to go maybe like I'd have to go like 6 or 7 times. Sorry, 6, 7. For it to be worth it, which is easy. What I was doing though last summer and the summer before, $20 after 4 o'clock. In July and August, it's still hot as hell after 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
And you can get in for $20 after 4. Zumbizi Bay.
No kidding.
Tip out there for everybody.
So in middle school, we had the Zumbizi Bay pass for 1 year. It was like a Christmas gift or a birthday gift or something. We got it 1 year. And like I said, at the time, it was a deal where basically if you went twice, you got your money's worth. But the idea would be if you go many times, then you got even more than your money was worth. Only went twice. Now, that is a little bit different because I don't live near the zoo. And back in the day, when you're in middle school, you're biking all over creation. Right. However, biking to the zoo from where I was from, I mean, like it wasn't the farthest thing in the world, but that was still just like not something you did. And you got to cross some like busy roads to get there.
For sure.
So, you know, if I had a car at 13 years old and could drive myself, I would have driven myself there all the time. But it wasn't really bikeable. And so when you're in middle school, like you need rides, your friends need rides. And so it just wasn't as feasible. It was a really good idea. And I wish I took advantage of it more and made more of an effort for it. But like I hit the minimum too. Zumbizi Bay is really cool though.
Yeah. I mean, we enjoy it there. The lockers though, man.
I'm not familiar.
Like just lockers, like whenever you go to like any amusement park type thing, like that's a racket. I've started being like, you know what? I'm just going to leave my stuff on a chair, and if someone steals it, someone steals it.
That's
where
faith and trust.
That's where I've been at.
Oh man!
Like I've refused. Like I'll just leave most of the stuff in the car now. It's tough. I've been able to do it now that Gianna's a little older. She's 7. Like, but when they're little, they need stuff. So it's like, yeah, I feel like I don't know. They need snacks. They need
snacks.
They just random stuff. You change of clothes, you never know what's going to go down, so you can't really like just risk it. But now that she's a little bit older and I know that she's not going to like have an accident or anything, or if she says she's hungry, I could just tell her to deal with it and wait till later.
Have you ever had to file a police report for something getting stolen from you?
No.
Yeah.
Especially not there.
That's a lot of faith in society. You have.
I mean, it's more like I'm risking it for the sake of my wallet. Because a small locker is like $20 there.
For me, it's convenience. I always used to get lockers at like music festivals and stuff like that. Because like, I'll buy a shirt and then I'll go throw it in my locker and then go watch more bands. And then as I got older, I went, or I could not walk the mile to the locker and just throw it in my backpack.
Yeah, no kidding. But that's... I don't know. I kind of would just carry it everywhere.
But
that's
Zumbizi Bay,
I know because you're getting that's I don't know.
Yeah.
Man. See, this is one of the things that I'll find out one day in real time and have to make a judgment call and then realize I got it wrong, and then the next time correct myself.
I'm sure, like, if we were to go and I were to get something valuable stolen the next few times after that, I would get the locker, but then I think eventually I would grow tired of paying the extra money and then go back to just risking it all.
Like, who at Zambezi Bay doesn't have a cell phone or a car? Like, they,
Right.
whatever, the two things that you have valuable, your car keys and your phone, like, they already, and credit cards are stupid to steal because you can just call the credit card company and say, hey, I have all these charges. These aren't me. Shut down my credit card and go figure out who has my card.
I don't bring my wallet in there.
Stealing stuff is stupid, so I kind of agree with you.
I just bring the membership, and then I'm one of those people. I really don't bring my wallet a lot of places anyway. I have everything on my phone. There's plenty of times that I leave my house without my wallet, and I'm just fine.
I got the phone wallet, so it's all in the back. Like, I got my stash of cards in the back of my phone.
I don't do that. I literally just don't bring my cards anywhere. Like, I have them digitally, like in my digital wallet. And now I've been meaning to do it, but I haven't. I guess you could put your ID in your digital wallet on your smartphone now. Like, you don't even need to.
Really?
Yeah.
I just got the insurance cards put into my Apple Wallet on my phone.
Oh, like an actual wallet, not
like
your
in the
insurance app. You have it in your actual digital wallet.
Yes, both.
That's convenient.
I know. I'm learning. We're learning stuff. Hey, what are you wearing to the Memorial Tournament in 2 weeks when we're doing this thing?
I think I have 2 golf shirts. So
okay.
I'll pick
I have one.
And then I'd have a pair of golf shorts and a pair of golf shoes.
Is this going to have to be like a shirt tucked in type of?
I think so.
Great.
I mean, if you don't do it, I'm not going to put you on blast.
You know what?
Here's the thing.
I do have a collared shirt with a 97.1 The Fan logo on it.
That's probably what you should rock with.
Coming out that Sunday.
I'm coming close. I've been here for over a year. My full-time anniversary is coming up. I still have been given 0 fan swag.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Not even the we got for Christmas the
Oh, I got the jacket.
Well, no, not even the jacket. The jackets they found in a closet upstairs out of nowhere.
What was the Christmas thing? The vest?
No, it was like
it was a bag.
Not a tumbler.
Yeah.
There were
Was it this?
Yes, the thing that you're drinking out of right now.
This thing in my hand currently.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten a fan shirt, I should say. Nothing that I would wear like on the air.
Dude, you missed the hoodies from the year.
I know. I see the stuff that everybody else has.
The hoodies from Christmas of 2024. Excellent. Hey, we got a good show for you. We got the Memorial coming up in a couple weeks. We'll be out there making what'll be my remote broadcast debut. I don't know if you ever participated with any of them when you were at in the country music radio
Not
scene.
at this station, but yes, I have done some in the past.
Well, I'll be making my debut, so you can coach me up on how to be a professional out and about amongst the people. That's coming in a couple weeks. We got a whole lot to talk about today, including various opinions about the college football playoff format, 2 of whom come from your current coach and your former coach. We'll talk about that next. Keep it here, 97.1 The Fan.
We're known for 3 things: games, conversation, and Common Man yelling about things only he cares about. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Common Man and Timmy here for Hollywood Casino Columbus. Oh, Timmy, it's getting closer.
What is?
The grand opening of the new Hollywood Casino Columbus Hotel.
Oh, that's right. The grand opening celebration is coming up on June 12th. Brett Michaels will be there.
And there's going to be fireworks and food trucks and swag and a chance to win a motorcycle.
Motorcycle shit. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
Plus, on select Wednesdays and Saturdays, it's the $1,000 Win Your Way drawings.
Must be 21 to enter. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Hey, I'm Pick.
And I'm Bull.
My partner here is making his first do-it-yourself fix-your-own-car video.
How do I look?
Like you need a shave.
I'm serious.
Go.
Hey, this Friday through Monday during Dollar Days at Pick and Pull, every part you pick and pull from the yard is 50% off.
You're such a DIYer and social influencer.
From doors to fenders, every part is half off.
Yeah.
Seats are just $15. Doors are $25. Floor mats are just $1.
Are you posing?
Yeah, influencers pose.
This Friday through Monday, fix your car yourself and save 50% off any part during Dollar Days at Pick and Pull.
2 guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same 2 guys drove home. One guy wore a seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Basketball and hockey, they are heating up, and the best place to catch every game, every dunk, every goal, every nail-biter is Twin Peaks, your ultimate sports lodge. Fuel your watch party with scratch-made favorites, legendary wings, and 29-degree draft beer that stays colder than glass seats rinkside. With wall-to-wall TVs, you're locked into action from tip-off to the final buzzer. Bring your crew, rep your team, and make every game day a win. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, scenic views.
Welcome back to What Is That Thing? Today our guest is
Dr. Melvin Parsbrucker. I invented the sump pump.
Ah, the sump pump. I've heard Apex pros talk about those.
Yes, the pros who knows are true experts in sump pumpology.
So, Doctor, what is that thing?
You see, a sump pump is a device designed to pump out sump.
Sump?
For the pump.
You say the pumps?
Sump.
Sump. And what exactly is sump?
It's what gets pumped.
I want to be sure I'm hearing you right. Sump?
Sump.
And that's what gets
pumped. Look, maybe Apex Pros can explain it at your level.
Well, Apex Pros says some pumps are made to keep groundwater from accumulating and flooding your basement, especially this time of year with the big spring rains and the uniquely shallow water table in and around Franklin County. A simple sump pump can protect your home from tens of thousands of dollars in damage.
It's made to sump the pump.
Of course.
No doubt about it. Columbus loves Apex Pros. The pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Summer savings are heating up at Germain Toyota of Columbus. Right now, drive home in the rugged 2026 Toyota Tacoma for just $299 financing for up to 48 months, or turn heads in the sporty and stylish 2026 Camry XSE. Lease it for only $399 a month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing and 10,000 miles per year. So whether you need truck capability or sedan comfort, Germain Toyota has the next ride waiting. Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road, or online at germaintoyota.net.
James Laurinaitis here for my guys at Green & Sons, the premier Kubota dealership in Central Ohio. Green & Sons has all the Kubotas you need to tackle your land and come out a winner. They have zero-turn skid steers, tractors from 18 to 171 horsepower, and also utility vehicles. My favorite is my RTV Sidekick. The best thing about Green & Sons is they've been family-owned and operated since 1970, and you will love dealing with the Green family and their winning team. Do what I did and check out Green & Sons located in Mount Sterling and Marysville, or online at greensons.com for all your Kubota needs.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the Kroger app. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. So it's always easy to save big. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
You can save big on 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or Dr. Pepper. Select varieties or buy 2, get 3 free with your card. Limit 10. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
At St. Jude, every innovation we make is a moment we give to children with cancer everywhere. But we can't do it without you.
Learn more at stjude.org.
Rothman and Ice are broadcasting live from the Memorial Pro-Am, and they'll be talking to very famous athletes and actors. And did you know that it's sponsored by the Waterworks and Ohio for Responsible Gambling? It is. Catch it all Wednesday, June 3rd at noon. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Showery and thunderstorm chances return this afternoon. It will be mild, though, with a high of 76. Overnight, those shower chances do continue, but it should lighten up. Lows fall down into the low 60s. And on Memorial Day, an isolated chance for showers or storms, but most of the day will be dry with a high of 78. I'm meteorologist Ashley Smith on 97.1 The Fan.
There's nothing Bo Bishop can't do well, except find competent co-hosts. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan. We firmly believe it's appropriate to tailgate before a youth soccer game. You're listening to Fan Sports Sunday.
All right, so you and I hesitate to say this because I don't want to give the wrong idea to the listeners about the quality of our shows, but you and I don't really listen to each other's shows that much. But that's more of...
Well, I'll listen to you guys the days that I have to pick up my daughter from school. That's like I'm in the car from like 1:45, and then by the time we get back home, it's like right around the end of your guys' show.
Yes.
So I'll listen to you guys then. I understand you not waking up early enough to listen to us 6 to 9.
Yeah.
I'm
So you produce T-Bone and Tyvis, 6 to 9 a.m., Monday through Friday. Best of, by the way, coming up tomorrow.
Yes.
I produce Rothman and Ice, noon to 3, Monday through Friday. Except we are off tomorrow, but I'm not, because me and Rhyme Time and Isaiah Jacob will be in here doing a live Fan Sports Memorial Day, which is basically just like a third weekend show. So we had Fan Sports Saturday, Fan Sports Sunday, Fan Sports Memorial Day.
You guys will probably be the only live show in the whole city, so tune into that.
That's a great way to advertise it. But yeah, just because you and I are so focused on our own shows, we're not really locked into each other's shows. And so that's not to, give poor advertising about the quality of our shows. I hope the listeners still care enough to tune in. But
you guys start,
you and I have our focus on our own shows.
Yeah. When you guys start, I'm right in the prime of my daily nap at noon.
Yeah, there you go. See, understood. And I'm not waking up at 6 a.m. because my schedule doesn't really warrant that. So, But other people out there, if they're driving around from 6 to 9, should be listening to you guys. I say all that to ask you this. Is your radio show, T-Bone and Tyvis, like our radio show, Rothman and Ice, in that you've spent basically every day this week talking about the 2014 playoff situation?
Yes, there's been quite a bit. I wouldn't say every day, but I would say...
It was the talk of the week.
Yeah.
It's just what people were talking about. And Ryan Day had opinions early on in the week. Urban Meyer even chimed in with opinions later in the week. And so we can spin this audio, by the way, but congrats to... the Lantern over at Ohio State. This is like the student newspaper.
Yeah.
And they get an interview with Ryan Day. Obviously, you can see the connection there because he works at the university that they do that at.
That's pretty dope, though. I'm sure there's a lot of coaches out there that wouldn't do that.
And they got Yahoo writing articles about their interview, so that's cool. And then to whatever degree we count as like professionals, we're talking about it on the radio, so that's neat, and we'll spin some of that audio. Here's Ryan Day addressing the landscape of college football right now. This is not the playoff audio. This is more so talking about portal and scheduling, but we will play part 2 in just a little bit.
To me, all of these conversations need to come together into one. I think the first thing is the timing of the season. So our season right now gets done around January, the 3rd or 4th week in January. But right now our portal is opening up, a month before then. It doesn't make sense. We made the change to go to one portal, which I think is a good thing. I've always been a proponent of opening up one portal once the season's over. So to me, we should be moving up the season as much as we can into December, finishing the regular season like the first week of January. That allows a lot more opportunity in terms of the portal being open after that. Whether we start the season at week 0, we have to have a conversation about conference championship games, but I think all of those come into play when you're trying to figure out, okay, how many weeks of the playoffs do we want to have? How does that work in the calendar? How does that affect the portal? And then going into the spring. So to me, that all has to come together as one and not just have these conversations in different silos.
That gosh dang education that's getting in the way. Because the whole problem with the portal is that it is open, so play, I assume, when it is in, early December or maybe like mid-December to early January or whatever it is, because you're in between semesters, so that way you can go from one class to another class at another school.
They want their cake and eat it too, because they are letting the academic calendar affect their scheduling. Meanwhile, we know that the academics has little to do with athletics when it comes to college football. I've been trying to, I agree with everything that Ryan Day said. I've been trying to kind of play devil's advocate with this argument when it comes to 2014 playoff and the calendar, and when it comes to transfer portal and all this stuff, is because I don't know, the way I've been thinking about it recently is like we as Ohio State fans, we're almost like billionaires. We're like, we're at the top of the heap and we're trying to do what makes sense for us, but we're the top 1% of college football. What about the rest of college football? How does all this stuff that people are talking about, how does it affect them? I feel like people are always bringing up Iowa. How does this affect Iowa? The Iowas of the world or whatever, the Kansas States.
Okay.
Any team like that. And it's like, does the transfer portal being where it is right now, does it really affect them? No, it doesn't at all.
No, it helps them.
Where the transfer portal is affects 4 to 8 teams a year, and the rest of the 100 whatever teams, it affects them. No,
interesting.
None.
Are you saying that it actually balances out by favoring?
I mean, I don't think that was the purpose of it, but I think in a way it does. It's like if you're still in the playoff, you essentially are handicapped in the portal, but you're also playing later in the season. I think that's an accidental consequence.
Yeah.
And then the same thing, I know we're going to get into the 2014 playoff stuff more. It's like us as Ohio State fans, and again, this is my opinion, but I'm trying to see how other people would see this. It's like, why do we need that? How many teams can actually win the national championship? It's not 24 of them. It might not even be 12 of them. But it's like, what would a playoff appearance do for, I said Kansas State, Iowa, whatever, insert random Midwest school that's in the top 30.
We're just naming all the cornfields.
Right? Like, what would a playoff appearance do for a team like that when it comes to recruiting? That they could say, hey, a year ago we made the college football playoff.
Well, I hope recruits would be able to see through that.
Right? Or like, what would it do for their
you were seed 24.
Their revenue share, their piece of the pie when it comes to the college football playoff. Like schools like that, like at Ohio State, we're like, 12, 16, 24, whatever, we're in. But what about everybody else?
I don't think you owe it to everybody else who loses football games. You have 130 some odd schools, and you got a 12-game schedule. And at the end of the day, like, you got to compartmentalize this thing. And this used to be so much easier when the conferences were actually geographical.
Right.
Because then you could kind of, in your quest to take over the entire nation, you could kind of take over your region, and then everybody left standing in their region could kind of compete for national supremacy. It made a lot, if you're like viewing it as like a board game, like diplomacy or something like that, it made a lot of sense back in the day.
Right.
It makes less sense now, but now I just think that if you end a 12-game schedule, and as it currently stands, a 13th game with the conference championships, those perhaps will go away, because what's the point of playing a conference championship game when you have two teams already in the playoffs? And so now people are trying to figure that out. But if you finish a 12-game schedule, a 13-game schedule, if you finish that regular season plus conference championship, and there is one or two teams in your conference who are head and shoulders, who have separated themselves from the rest. And this also used to be easier when there were fewer teams in conferences, because you could kind of like European soccer this thing. You could do like the Premier League, where you just play all your opponents and then just stack up your points at the end of the year. You used to be able to do that. But, and you used to be able to, and I guess you still could, find that delineation of, all right, we have our top team. Maybe some years there's a second team in the conference where, man, it is just neck and neck, and these two teams are two of the top 4 teams in the country. That's fine. And so, like, why do you have to dip down to 3, 4, 5 in the conference? Like any conference. Because the point of a playoff is to crown a national champion. It's not just to have a playoff games for the sake of playoff games. Like, you're trying to find the best team in college football. And you should be able to use the regular season to eliminate a bunch of teams. And we already had the ability to eliminate a bunch of teams. Hey, you are not the best team in your conference. So because of that, we know you're not the best team in the country. And so I don't know what the point is. Okay, we know what the point is.
Right.
We know what the point is of just adding these nonsense teams that don't deserve another shot. And also, we'll spin this into the next segment. I don't think it's necessarily a good thing for Ohio State. I think a lot of Ohio State fans, as you just mentioned, hey, we could always make if you drop it to 16 or 24, Ohio State will always make the playoffs. I'm not so sure this is actually that good of a thing, and I'll bring up the other side of this argument in 2 minutes. Keep it here, 97.1 The Fan.
Need a roof you can count on? Ramos Roofing has protected homes and businesses throughout Ohio for almost 20 years. Whether it's a leaky roof, storm damage, new siding, or new gutters to protect your foundation, Ramos Roofing delivers quality materials, professional installation, and honest service every time. Get your free roof or exterior assessment today and ask about Ramos Roofing's no-interest financing options. Call 614-761-7663 or visit online at ramosroofingohio.com.
Cash, moolah, greenbacks, toes, Skrilla, chips, bread and mold, cheddar, butter, lewd and scratch. Find the lettuce, make a match. Lettuce, gravy. Game on the back for $30. That's a wrap. There's many words for cash, no doubt, but there's only one $30 cash word. Check it out. Cash word from Ohio Lottery. It's $30, yo. Cash word, it's fun to go with millions of prizes, don't you know? Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Grilling season starts now at Billiards Plus. Shop top-of-the-line grills and turn every cookout into a win. Then bring the fun inside with pool tables, shuffleboard, and more. Everything for the ultimate game room. Billiards Plus. Grills, games, and good times. Online or on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin. Delaware County Veterans Services. Here for those who served. Located on the ground floor of the historic courthouse in downtown Delaware, our team of veteran county veteran service officers is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Need a ride to a VA appointment? Facing a financial emergency? Are you or your spouse simply looking for answers? Then give Delaware County Veterans Services a call. 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment. Delaware County Veterans Services.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Tired of snoring? Sleep Better Columbus can help with a custom mouthpiece that opens your airway and stops the snoring. No mask, no noise. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com today. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better.
Common man, a radio veteran, has a large hemorrhoid. Timmy Hall, a good, clean boy, moonlights as man's hemorrhoid. Common Man and Timmy.
Weekdays at 3.
The Fan. Garnish your Bloody Mary with sports talk. You're listening to Fan Sports Sunday.
All right, I'm not being a hater, I promise. This is wise. Tune in, take notes. I'll give you the counter argument to the people in Buckeye land. Despite me not being a Buckeye fan, I still think I can convince you here. All right? I think there is a large sentiment that with expanded playoffs, 16 or 24, whichever one it is, doesn't really matter. The idea is, oh, well, Ohio State can forever make the playoffs and they'll be stamped in. Yeah, that's true. But on years in which Ohio State has down years and they're, I don't know, which this has been a while since this, but like 12th or 14th, it's like, hey, even if they're 12th or 14th in the country, they could still make the playoffs. Like, are you winning a championship those years anyway? But more importantly, the years in which you could have a 4-team playoff, or we could even shrink it even more from what it is now, an 8-team playoff. Certainly 12 is what we have now, but 4 or 8, Ohio State had ample opportunity to make the playoffs anyway. And so now what you're doing when you are already a solid mainstay in the college football playoffs, you're allowing everybody else to have mulligans. Like, you are going to use those mulligans way less than everybody else is.
Yes.
So because of that, Ohio State fans, I think, should be prioritizing a smaller playoff.
Which I think they are.
Yeah, and there were a couple times where I think Ohio State got boxed out as like a 5 or a 6 or something like that. There was certainly the one year where Alabama got in as the 4, and a lot of Buckeye fans were left at the 5. They thought that they should have gotten in instead. What was it, 2017, something like that.
We're arguing semantics, but I think Ohio State got the benefit of the doubt when it came to the 4-team playoff more than they did not.
That's...
Like, think about the year that Penn.
The point is, there isn't a year really Ohio State would have missed a 12-team playoff.
Yeah.
So why do we care about a 24?
That's also true. Just moving that benchmark, I don't think buys you many years. So moving from 12 to 24, like, will it buy you one playoff spot every 10 years when you need? Like, how many times in a 10-year period is Ohio State finishing between 12 and 24?
I guess what I'm trying to say is that I don't think there are many Buckeye fans that are for the 2014 playoff, because to your point, they're really not going to miss it regardless. But I also, and this was another talking point. So what the Big Ten powers that be, were they in LA this week? Is that where a lot of this talk was coming out? Was it Los Angeles or Las Vegas? One of the two. They were out there in new Big Ten country because we're out in the West Coast now. And a lot of this kind of stuff was coming out. And I know it was either the ACC or the Big 12 commissioner was like, hey, if Ohio State or if the Big Ten or the SEC want to leave the NCAA over all this talk about playoffs and transfer portal and NIL and revenue share and yada, 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 they could go ahead and do it, because what are they going to do with all the other sports? And the thing is that when I heard the talk about them splitting, It reminded me of our talk a couple of weeks ago, and you kind of brought it up in the last segment about the geographical sense of this and how much it doesn't make sense and how much it used to. And I think if you're someone who cares about that, the Big Ten and the SEC doing their own thing might lead us back to that. And here's how.
I love this. Go for it.
So basically, well, there's pros and cons to this, and I don't think that, but in the end, it's back to the age-old argument of one day there's going to be 2 super conferences. I feel like that's been a narrative in college football discussions for 10, 15 years. Okay, and with this talk, we're headed in that direction, where it's like the Big Ten, the SEC, they split off, and maybe they would have to pick up a few schools, so that you would just have like 2. Let's say 24 is a popular number we've been using. 2 24-team conferences. But you can't have a schedule where you round robin that. So what do? You split your conference into 2 divisions that make geographical sense. Yes. And then you only play the teams in your division. And then essentially you have the 2 divisions play each other for the champion of the conference. Mm-hmm. And then you have that happen in the other conference. And then they play each other
for a national championship. And we don't even need any playoffs.
Right. But do you know what my problem with that is? I basically just described the NFL to you. That's basically what I just did. So basically with that, it's like you're just getting NFL light, and then I don't like that.
Yeah, it's too similar, and that's not a good thing. I don't know about you guys. I have my entire life prioritized college football over the NFL, my entire life, up until last year. And part of that was joining Rothman and Ice on a full-time basis. Those two are big-time NFL guys. We're talking a lot of NFL on the show. And so just like watching more NFL and like I got back into fantasy football so I can keep up. I got a dynasty league. I'm not in their league or anything like that because if we would talk way too much about it. But just the this was the first year of this past football season, 2025. That was the first football season in my entire life where I actually preferred the NFL over college. And part of that was working with them. But I am pretty turned off by all this stuff happening in college football. And I said it earlier this week that once upon a time, I felt like I was watching history take place, or like had the potential to watch history take place on a week-by-week basis in college football. The race for number 1 in supremacy in college football, even with the AP polls, but it doesn't have to be like just who's the champion. But on a week-by-week basis, the number 1 team in the country getting upset was a huge deal. Right. 2, 3, 4, 5, huge deal. Shiftings of the rankings, huge deal. I don't feel like I'm watching history on a week-by-week basis in college football anymore.
No.
I feel like I'm kind of just watching everybody get warmed up for the NFL. Guys who, and I get it, and, you know, I don't blame the players for thinking for themselves. They're just taking advantage of an opportunity that was given to them. I do not care whatsoever about how much money they make. I really don't. The problem is the transfer portal. I'm not going to begrudge these athletes for taking money that they're offered. I wish it weren't involved in recruiting and were only involved after they already played. That part I don't like.
But I think NIL is the base reason for the expansion. It's because all these people are like, oh, the players, no one in the powers that be in these power conferences in the NCAA want to give up any money that they're getting. And they're thinking that the players are taking a piece of their pie. And they know that that's inevitable. So with this 2014 playoff, they're like, let's make the pie bigger. That's what I think the basis of this is like the players are making money now. So we need to make more money. How do we make more money? We essentially treat college football like we're just selling television shows. Each game is a television show. How do we get more premier television shows? By making artificially more playoff games. That's what I think the basis of all this is.
I get the idea of like I don't like the way college football is going. I like the way it used to be. The biggest reason we're in this mess right now is because people for too many years kept trying to hold on to the student athlete and the amateurism of it, and weren't evolving with the times, so that when it was finally forced upon them, it left a mess to clean up that we can't figure out.
Honestly, that's a good point, because it created like a revolution instead of, it's almost like going to court over something you could settle out of court. Like when you go to court, it's like, okay, now And now we're going like fine-tooth comb over every single detail, and now we're going to call you out on all your BS where, we could just save the time, like any sort of just like civil suit and be like, hey, we'll settle it out of court. Like, let's agree to some terms, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And if you met them in the middle, maybe like some of the rules they would have not questioned.
Was it really that hard to pay a guy that wasn't playing college football for 30 years a little bit of money to be in your video game? Was it really that difficult?
Right.
Well, the thing is that they're still fighting that battle of amateurism, even though they are getting paid NIL. And like everything you said, Cole, you know how you negotiate stuff with people? You collectively bargain. You know how you do that? You make them employees. Like that's, I feel like everyone knows the answer. Just no one wants to, no one in power wants to accept it.
I guess. I'm not.
That's the only
if
way.
Jay Bill's in the studio.
The reason why people just crap all over the NIL rules and the transfer portal rules is because they just take the NCAA to court, because you can't restrict a quote unquote students movement to go to another school. So they just play that card. Hey, I'm just trying to go to another school. Why are you not letting me? And the court says, yep, that's right. You can't do that. But if you had some type of collective bargaining thing where instead collectively bargain thing where instead of it's just a student moving to another school, it's more of an employee breaking his contract when he tries to go to another school.
It would not turn me off that much if we labeled these guys as employees and like they were actually like signed a contract. I don't think that would upset me that much if we started to see, but once you do that, it depends on who your boss is, because if you work within a parent company, like you can have like trades in college football. And if we ever get to the point that this would absolutely be my cutoff point where I'd be like, this sport is not what I grew up watching. If we ever saw players, and I don't even like the whole, like, we're going to play for 4 games. I'm going to preserve a redshirt year, even though I'm not injured. Like, I'm just going to sit out the rest of the year so I can play one more year next year.
Right.
I don't even like that stuff.
And it be likely somewhere else.
Exactly. I don't even like that stuff. But if I ever see a college football player play for more than one team in one season, goodbye.
Yeah.
Like fine. I'll just watch the NFL.
I don't think we're going to see that, but if we do, I think we would see it in college basketball first.
Oh my goodness.
Because of the whole we talked about earlier.
G League contracts.
That's a whole nother thing. But the thing with the semesters or whatever, I think you could see a guy, he plays at whatever school. Point. He plays at whatever school in November and December and then transfers. And then that's why you need rules for this stuff, because I feel like right now that's against the rules. But what's going to stop someone from doing it, suing the NCAA? And we know the NCAA's record in court. It's not good.
Yeah.
And then them just getting some judge to be like, you know what, this is okay. He went to this school for fall semester. He wants to go to this school for spring semester. And he just so happens to play basketball. It's not against the law.
Hey, man, you know what you can't do?
We're not putting the toothpaste back in the toothpaste container.
Yeah, can't do it.
Can't go back in. We still have more Ryan Day audio to play. We'll talk about that. Ross Bjork also is advocating for 10-game conference schedule. So we'll talk about that a little bit later, but we kind of been on a football roll, so I want to BS around a little bit. You sent me something that I thought was pretty funny, and a couple of athletes are telling the stories that I almost don't believe. See, when you get former athletes on podcasts, they start telling stories, and you kind of got to have your BS meter going off a little bit. I think mine just went off a little bit, so we'll talk about those two in particular. Keep it here, 97.1 The Fan.
If you miss a live show, you can catch the podcast. If you miss the podcast, our hosts have volunteered to have dinner with you.
Ma, the meatloaf!
The Fan.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible, but Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the Columbus community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JP Morgan Chase Bank, NA member FDIC.
Get eco.
ECO. Memorial Day is coming.
Yes, it's a day we honor and mourn all the military personnel who died while serving our country.
Yeah, Memorial Day is definitely mostly about that.
Jerry, I've never heard of anything else we're supposed to remember on Memorial Day.
I'm not saying we're supposed to, but there is one other thing I always remember on Memorial Day.
Really?
Get eco.
ECO.
I always remember to get my AC serviced because air conditioner season starts right after Memorial Day.
And you bring this up because?
I've invented a new offer, and I think people will like it.
Okay, tell me.
For just $99, we go to people's houses and wash the outside coils properly. It makes a huge difference.
And we'll test the whole system to make sure that nothing went bad during the winter when it wasn't being used.
Can we do that for just $99?
I've decided we're going to just do it for $89.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Positive thinking plumbers, electrifying electricians, and $89 HVAC technicians.
Have a great Memorial Day.
GetEco.com.
Spring cleanings when homes get a new twinkle in their eye,
a new spring in their step,
a new color in their cheeks.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK. We'll be there before you hang up the phone.
When that shiny truck from 1-800-GOT-JUNK arrives at your house,
it's a sign of a new beginning,
a clean start,
a breath of fresh air.
When your home feels clean and happy,
the people inside feel clean and happy too.
We make junk disappear.
All you have to do is point.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK
or visit us at 1-800-GOTJUNK.com.
That's the sound of Ellie De La Cruz stealing third. That's the sound of you stealing third. Right now at UDF, buy any 2 bottled beverages and get the third one free with Ellie Steals Third. Now at United Dairy Farmers. Some restrictions may apply.
2 guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same 2 guys drove home. One guy wore a seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
What would it take for my child to only miss half a day of school for treatment?
What would it take to fund a cure for childhood cancer?
It would take all of us to come together to support the research. Join us. Go to childrenscancer.org today.
Welcome to Hollywood Casino.
What can I get you?
How you doing, Columbus?
The same Hollywood you know, with a new hotel to love. Hollywood Casino and Hotel Columbus, coming June 2026. Book now. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
As the saying goes, trust is earned, never given. When it comes to your roof, who you trust truly matters. At Newman Roofing, we're more than just a business. We're a local, family-owned company built on honesty, integrity, and hard work. From the very beginning, these core values have shaped the way we do business, ensuring a customer experience that's second to none. Our dedication to quality has earned us the trust of thousands of homeowners across Central Ohio. At Newman Roofing, excellence isn't just a word, it's our promise to you. From the moment we step foot on your doorstep to the final handshake, we strive to deliver an experience that keeps you calling back for more. Whether you need a roof repair or a full replacement, our team at Newman Roofing is here to protect what matters most. After all, when your name is on it, it just means more. So give us a call today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit us online at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
May the savings be with you at Great Lakes Hyundai. Right now, lease a new 26 Elantra SE for $59 per month for 2 years. Just $59 a month for the May Mega Sale. This month only. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with owner assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. Dublin or Columbus or glexhyundai.com. With approved credit, $39.95 down plus tax, title, first month payment, 7,500 miles per year, and 6-1.
The Fan is headed to the Memorial. Are you ready for 30 hours of live coverage? Oh, it's true, baby.
Sponsored by The Waterworks and Header Plumbing, Drain, Heating, and Cooling. TheWaterworks.com.
The best Memorial coverage, The Fan.
The Fan Poll is sponsored by JT's Pizza and Pub, home of award-winning pizza and $2 tall boys. All day, every day.
Live, local, and still slightly drunk.
I'm not drunk, all right? I just have a speech impediment.
This is Fan Sports Sunday.
Cole Bartimas, Dylan Gonzalez, Nate Puderbaugh is the combination today. We have a live show tomorrow, 12 to 3:40. It'll be me, Jacob Reimer, and Isaiah Jacob, who is hanging out in the middle of the infield at the Indy 500 right here, right now. So
How many quote unquote pops do you think Isaiah Jacob has had this morning?
More than one, because I asked him.
The answer is yes.
The answer is yes.
Maybe we should call him from the infield.
Oh, my gosh. A live report? That'd actually be pretty good. Maybe we'll do it. Has technology ever betrayed you? Or has your brain misused technology in a way? Like the one that always scares me, and I've never done this, but like if you're ever texting some trash talk about somebody and you mean to send it to somebody.
Oh, man.
But because your brain is thinking of another person, you accidentally type their name into the inbox and then send them some trash talk about themselves. Have you ever done that?
Oh,
That's
I've
like
done
one of
it,
my
Cole.
biggest fears.
I've done
You've
it.
done this?
Yes, in one of the worst ways possible. I was talking badly about the mother of my child.
Oh!
And sent it to her. Yes.
I didn't have any like sad audio.
Yes.
But Nate does.
The one and only time I did it, and it was probably the most detrimental because it was like this beef that we have has been currently been set on fire and then poured on with gasoline. That's what it felt like to me when I sent this.
So you and the BM
yes
were at odds.
Yes.
That's understood how there could be some turbulation involved in a relationship.
Full disclosure, this was like, I wouldn't say, to say a custody battle would be dramatic, but we were in custody court at the time. There wasn't a lot that we were disagreeing on, but still me talking smack about her in that moment.
Well, this has been recent?
Not maybe like a year and a half ago.
Am I correct in saying that for the first handful of years of Gianna's life, you guys didn't even have a custody agreement because you guys just kind of like negotiated it, just like we talked about, settled it out of court?
Well, we were together for a little bit, obviously. And and then we broke up, and then we didn't really have one, and then we had one, and that's for people out there that have been through that know how much of a pain in the ass that is.
I imagine.
But
it's probably 50 times worse than I imagined.
Not
but
helping the situation is talking badly about them and then sending it to them on accident because you're a moron. Which is what I did.
Yeah.
So, yes. It didn't really affect anything, but it doesn't really help. Well, it didn't hurt anything. It didn't help anything either, I would say. Like,
here's what I ask you. Hold on, I lost my train of thought. Let me regain my thought. Did you send her something that she didn't already know how you felt? Like, was it like, oh, that's how you feel?
I'm sure she already knew.
Okay.
I don't remember what the specifics
But you probably just, because you thought you were talking behind her back, may have phrased it a little bit more harshly.
Probably. We're probably on the right track.
Yeah, and, probably included some terminology that you wouldn't use.
Directly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she goes, huh.
Yeah.
That's really how you feel. And then, okay, well, I mean, here's the follow-up question to that. I work with Anthony Rothman. He's big on the follow-up question.
Right.
When did you realize that you sent it to the wrong person? And what do you do?
Immediately. And the thing.
Do you just send hey, sorry? What I wished, like
I don't know if hey, sorry works in that situation.
You have an iPhone, and I'm sure you could do this Droid to Droid or Samsung to Samsung, whatever the proper technology is. Like if I were to send a message to you that I didn't mean to send to you, I could quickly hit the unsend button.
Mm-hmm.
And
we both have iPhones.
Yes, and it just disappears, and the other person could be like, "What did you unsend?" And I could just be like, "None of your business," and that'd be the end of it. But this was not the case here. We were going from iPhone to Samsung and couldn't do it. So then at that point, you got to commit to the bit. At that point.
Oh, you doubled down.
At that point.
Wow.
You got to just be like, it is what it is. I said what I said. Because then what are you going to do at that point? That's it.
I would say, I genuinely think, because I've had this fear so many times, which means I need to speak more nicely about people behind their backs.
So you've never done
that.
Okay.
But I have this fear, and dude, if I'm texting something where I'm like talking trash about somebody, like I am looking at the name at the top of the screen. I'm double, I'm triple, I'm quadruple checking to make sure I'm sending it to the right person. So that way, because what my brain does, my brain does this all the time. If I'm texting somebody about something entirely different, but you and I, if I'm kind of like having two conversations at once, or if I'm hearing audio, like if I have the radio turned on in the background, or if I have music turned on in the background, I will start texting the lyrics to the song that I'm hearing, just like my conversations are getting crisscrossed. And like, so two conversations are blending into one. And then I'm reading what I'm texting and I'm like, that has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Right.
And so that's why I have the fear of, if I'm going to text some trash talk about somebody, I'm going to be thinking so much about that person that when I type in new message on my iPhone, that when I'm typing in the name of the person who I'm sending it to, I'm worried I'm going to type in their name. So I'm double, I'm triple, I'm quadruple checking. It's never happened to me. It's a huge fear of mine, so much so that if somebody were talking trash about me and actually did that, I don't think I'd hold it against him, because I feel bad for him. I'd be like, dude, that could have been me. Could have been me in that situation. I get it. Yeah. So even if they were talking badly about me, now I'd remember forever. Like I'm not acting like I wouldn't. So I'd remember till the end of time. So that would always be stored in the back of my mind. And I'm sure I'd play the card eventually of being like, well, that's what that person thinks. But there would absolutely be some sympathy of like, man, that could have been me.
I actually innocently did this the other day, because I have a group text with obviously me and T-Bone and Tyvis. And then there's a group text with me, T-Bone, Tyvis, and our boss Fish. And the other day I sent something that was the other day I sent like an innocent, like something that I wanted to talk about the next day on the show to the one with the four of us, and I was like, oh man.
Yeah, it's like
I gotta be careful.
Good thing I didn't want to good thing I didn't feel like blowing off some steam that day.
Exactly.
Well, anyway, the reason I brought this up is because today I almost had a giant snafu. So this morning, so I'm going to Kristen's mom lives in Oklahoma, and so we're going for the 4th of July. And so her mom started a group chat with like her husband, her husband's kids, Kristen's siblings, myself. So like just like getting everybody on the same page. And I don't know what we have to coordinate between now and then, but just getting a place where like, hey, we're all hanging out the 4th of July. Just if you have any like travel updates you need to update us on, just here's the group chat for it. And so it's a bunch of people who I like, some I have met, some I haven't, some contacts I have, some I don't. And so me being the guy who can't put his phone down, and also just as a guy, we can multitask while we pee. So I'm peeing with my left hand. In my right hand, I'm updating contact names. And then I see the red dot in the bar going across the bottom. I'm like, what is happening right now? I was audio recording myself peeing on accident. And I almost sent it to a group chat of like all of her family. And so I had, that's a delicate moment right there.
Right.
Because you have to like make sure, you got to make sure you're hitting all the right buttons at that point. Because it's like, clearly my finger slipped somewhere. So I'm looking at the buttons. I'm like, okay, this one says stop. And then from there, it stops the audio recording, but the audio is still sitting in the message. Yes. And so you got to make sure you don't accidentally hit send.
Yeah, because the X is like where to get rid of it is like right next
to the arrow button to shoot it up into the group chat. And so I had a near disaster of peeing with one hand and trying to add contact names to my phone and accidentally just recording a giant bit of audio of me pissing.
At what point did put the phone down until you're done enter the brain?
Did you put the phone down to delete the audio?
No. I deleted the audio. I deleted the audio, and then once it was like safe and secure, then it was like defusing a bomb. I locked my phone, quietly put it in my pocket, made sure everything was safe, and then I'm like, what a first impression that could have. Didn't happen, but we're all good. We'll screw around more because I told you, when athletes get into the podcast space, I understand why athletes they want to tell their own stories, and they have great stories to tell. But sometimes you got to check athletes who hop on podcasts and start telling stuff that, it could be like 95% true. And then you hear 5% and it's like, I don't know if I agree with that part. So we're going to check a couple athletes, a couple Hall of Famers, by the way. We'll, play judge, jury, and executioner. The three of us. Colbar team is Dylan Gonzalez and Nate Puderbaugh. Keep it here, 97.1 The Fan.
If you haven't thought about Buckeye football today, I'm sorry to tell you that you're dead. Our condolences. Your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan.
Our yoga instructor challenged us to find inner peace. I found it faster than anyone. After 4 seconds, I stood up and screamed, "I found Nirvana! I win!" They asked me to leave. I guess they don't respect winning. Bet365 does, though. New customers get $200 in bonus bets just for betting $10. Namaste, losers. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Welcome back to What Is That Thing? Today our guest is
Dr. Melvin Parsbrucker. I invented the sump pump.
Ah, the sump pump. I've heard Apex pros talk about those.
Yes, the pros who knows are true experts in sump pumpology.
So, doctor, what is that thing?
You see, a sump pump is a device designed to pump out sump.
Sump?
For the pump.
You say the pumps?
Sump.
Sump. And what exactly is sump?
It's what gets pumped.
I want to be sure I'm hearing you right. Sump?
Sump.
And that's what gets
pumped. Look, maybe Apex Pros can explain it at your level.
Well, Apex Pros says some pumps are made to keep groundwater from accumulating and flooding your basement, especially this time of year with the big spring rains and the uniquely shallow water table in and around Franklin County. A simple sump pump can protect your home from tens of thousands of dollars in damage.
It's made to sump the pump.
Of course.
No doubt about it. Columbus loves Apex Pros. The pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
Spring cleaning isn't just for your house, it's for your life. If your job is getting old, it's time to clear the clutter and spring into IT. Go to My Computer Career.
My Computer Career helped me get the skills and certifications I needed to start a new life as an IT professional in months, not years.
Earn the certifications that top employers are looking for right now. Visit mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation to see if it's time to spring into IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Pool days call for cookouts and lots of laundry. This Memorial Day at Lowe's, save $80 on a Charbroil Performance Series 4-burner gas grill. Now just $199. Plus, get up to 45% off select major appliances to keep dishes, clothes, and food fresh. Having fun in the sun is easy with us in your corner. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/27. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. See associate or Lowe's.com for details.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. Mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios, driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
I'm Nate Puderball with your sports update. It's do or die time for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Last night, the Knicks defeated the Cavs 121-108 to take a 3-0 series lead. Jalen Brunson led the way for New York with 30 points. Game 4 comes your way Monday night. Tonight in the NBA playoffs, OKC takes a 2-1 lead into San Antonio. Tip-off is at 8. In baseball, the Cardinals and Reds split a doubleheader yesterday. St. Louis took Game 1 8-1. The Reds took the nightcap 7-6 in 11 innings. They square off again at 1:40. Catch the action right here on The Fan. Zach Wheeler pitched 6 shutout innings to lead the Phillies over the Guardians last night 3-0. They square off again at 1:40. Catch the action immediately following Fan Sports Sunday. Columbus Crew SC are in action today at Scott's Miracle Grow Field, taking on Atlanta United. Kickoff is at 5. And in the Stanley Cup playoffs, the Hurricanes tied up their series with Montreal 3-2 in overtime. Tonight, the Golden Knights take a 2-0 series lead back home against the Avalanche. Puck drops at 8. Breaking sports news on The Fan, Ohio Sports Destination.
During weekend programming, pants are optional.
Look at my butt!
However, leather chairs may have been a bad choice. You're listening to Fan Sports Sunday.
All right, listen. So, I'm not the most pro player guy. You know, like, I watch sports with a fan's brain, and so I enter the radio with the fan's brain. I try not to be, like, unfair about it, but I'm sure that, like, I do this show for sports fans. I don't do it for, like, I also don't think, like, players and coaches should be listening to local media. Now, when you know people are talking about you, I'm sure it's hard, but, you know, I kind of and I don't really lean pro player. And as we just talked about college football in the first hour of the program, we got you to 110, by the way, until the Cincinnati Reds take over. And then from there, then it's all up to the Reds. Who knows what weather we're going to have down in Cincinnati, but once we pass the sticks over to them at 110, that's their problem. So they'll entertain you from there. But we got you to 110. But we were talking the first hour of the show about college football and how, I'm like anti-transfer portal. Like, it does benefit the players for sure to be transfer portal happy, but I'm like, you're messing with the history of the sport, and it's not that fun to watch. So I'm not the most pro player guy, but I don't want to be unfair about it. So in this new wave of like athletes kind of like joining the media, creating their own podcast, creating their own, I think the word platform has been beaten into the ground. So I do anything to avoid using the term like they have their own platform, but like whatever, fine.
That's what it is. It is a term that's been abused though.
Yeah. So I try to avoid that one, but not because it's like improperly used, but just because I've heard it enough. So, but Dwayne Wade and Chris Paul were on Dwayne Wade's platform telling stories. And so when you have athletes that go from their sports where they're in kind of like inside the snow globe where everybody's talking about them, they probably feel that every single person talking about them does not have 100% of the information. Now, some of the insiders may be more informed than others, but athletes probably feel that there comes a time and place where they want to be the ones who are telling the stories. And so, and totally understood. If you feel that you've been misrepresented, or if you just think media is cool and you think podcasting and storytelling is cool, like that's all good and well as well. But, there was kind of like a new wave of that. Bussin' with the Boys had a lot to do with that. When Taylor Lewan and Will Compton were both playing for the Tennessee Titans and they had their own player podcast and were having fun with it and allowing themselves to kind of like express their creativity. We're getting teammates on telling all kinds of stories, but like there was like a little bit of angst about it, especially with like Draymond Green and his podcast, where he made it very clear that his intentions were to correct the record on some things that he thought were wrong with the just sports media at large.
Right.
So, I don't have a problem with that. I may not be the most pro player guy, but I absolutely think that there's a voice for the athletes because they have more information than we do. They have cooler stories to tell. And at one point in time when that wave was kind of happening, I was kind of a little bit, I don't know if like fearful would be the right word, but a little bit like, if the athletes just take over, like, is there going to be any lane for just the people who didn't play because they're smarter and have cooler stories than us? And then you hear athletes tell stories on podcasts, and then it's like, yeah, you know what? Like, I think we're safe. I think it'll be all right. So this is a cool story, and you brought it to my attention. Credit to you. Dwayne Wade and Chris Paul. Apparently, so I guess this would have been in a time and place where, would Chris Paul have been on the Hornets or the Clippers at this point in time?
He would have been on the Hornets.
Okay.
This would have been around the time that the, I want to say a year or two after the whole, like,
David
he
Stern.
might have been on the Clippers, but it would have been like around the era of him, the trade of him going to the Lakers getting.
Yeah, and then David Stern stepped in.
This would have been like 2 or 3 years after that.
And vetoed that trade. So at this point in time, so Chris Paul, one of the best point guards in the league, he hasn't been traded to the Clippers yet, hasn't signed an extension with the Clippers yet. Turned into, obviously, however you feel about him, some people thought that he like was only so good because of the playoff success didn't fully follow. But either way, certainly one of the better point guards in the NBA at that time, and an Olympian and a starter on the Olympic team at that point in time. But he and Dwayne Wade, who was also a starter on the Olympic team in 2012, this would have been at the point where Dwayne Wade was on the Miami Heat. Okay, that's a stupid statement to say. When LeBron was on the Heat, so you had the Heatles.
The big three.
You had Wade, you had LeBron, you had Bosh. And you had Chris Paul trying to figure out what his future was going to be. And apparently they almost had 4 Olympians on one team. I'm not so sure, but this is what they say. Almost together.
But do you remember the call with Brian, you and I, when we were thinking about when Riley wanted to trade to bring you to Miami?
Absolutely.
You remember us getting on the phone?
I was sitting in my condo and CJ was sitting. CJ was sitting on the couch, right? If you go back to my brother, always there. CJ was sitting on the couch and we was talking about me coming to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
We was talking about me coming to Miami. We was talking about who gonna have the ball in their hands, how it's gonna work.
We having a conversation.
Yep, we having a conversation. Was it CJ that said something about who gonna wear number 3?
Bro, that's what I wanted to get to. We talk about all this about who gonna have the ball. Okay, we can all play together now. CP, I can play off the ball. We done figured all that out. And then somebody said, well, who gonna wear number 3? Silence.
Listen,
that's the whole trade.
That's why the trade ain't happened.
That's the whole trade up because CP could wear number 3 in Miami. That's the whole trade up.
I don't know what they was gonna do.
So this is the conversation we're having, and I'm like, that's my number. He's like, well, that's my number.
Yeah, what we gonna do? CP6? No, that ain't it.
The basketball number means so much that.
So you saying we didn't get a chance to see this trade because of a number 3?
Man,
that's what I'm saying.
All right, so here's a plot hole that I have. And you tell me if I may be missing something and you can fill the plot hole. Players can't trade themselves. So I'm missing the part where the Heat and the Hornets wanted to execute this trade where this would actually happen, because it kind of sounds like two friends who got together, the whole banana boat crew, that they're all getting together and talking about all these what ifs. At what point? Because I think Pat Riley was mentioned at some point in the podcast.
Yeah, he was.
Okay. So why would Pat Riley say, oh, well, we can't trade for Chris Paul because he doesn't want to wear a different number than 3? I don't get this.
I get what you're saying, but I think if there's one sport that can happen, and we have seen it happen, is the NBA, where a player is under contract and he's like, you know what, I want to go to destination X. Figure out how you're getting me there. Okay, bye. They do it all the time.
Fair enough.
That was pretty good frequently in the end.
So he could have tried to.
Oh, Damian Lillard tried like hell to get himself sent to Miami.
Yeah, you could have, here. I'm a big LeBron guy, huge LeBron guy, and I've
noticed
all about
broken bobblehead,
the banana boat crew playing together, and that would have been 3 of the 4. So if you're not familiar, it's Chris Paul, LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and Carmelo Anthony.
Right.
And I wanted there to be a scenario where I did not realize that it kind of sort of almost happened 15 years ago. You would have just had Bosch in place of Melo, and then maybe when all that stuff with Bosch happened, you just have Carmelo come into the fold. Who knows if CP goes to Miami, if LeBron ever leaves and comes back here, that would have just changed the course of history of the NBA, in my opinion. Just like if the it wasn't really a hypothetical trade, the Knicks trade of CP3 going to the Lakers, I feel like has forever changed the course of NBA history. So
yeah, you have a lot of Kobe fans who feel that way.
Yeah. I think he probably gets a ring or 2 more in that case, and maybe even LeBron had, instead of winning 2 of 4 in Miami, maybe they win 3 out of 4 and he stays there, and maybe they win a couple more.
Yeah,
it's a whole what if scenario.
The West was tough at that point in time too, because you had the Spurs. Despite being old, the Spurs were still good. Tim Duncan was 37, 38 years old going back to back.
Yeah, but they were transitioning to Kawhi being
right.
The main
But Kawhi
player.
was 21, 22.
Yeah.
So it's you had the two opposite ends, and then you had Tony Parker in the middle, who was 31 at the time. But and then the OK3 with Durant, Westbrook, and Harden. So that was an interesting point in the Western Conference. But I just have trouble believing this sounds like players trying to trade themselves in a way where I don't know. This kind of sounds like a money is not an object type of argument.
Right. Because that was going to be my next point, because there was LeBron technically took a pay cut to go to Miami. He was a few $1 million away from the max.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're bringing in another max player, and then it's okay, I know those Heat rosters were good, but they weren't young. So who are you trading for Chris Paul? That's not LeBron, Chris Bosh, or Dwayne
Wow,
Wade.
that's a great point that I didn't think of, but you're right. Those Heat teams, they surrounded those guys with old sharpshooters.
Yes, it was
Mike Miller, Shane Battier, Ray Allen.
The game plan back then for how they filled out the roster was older players that are still good, that haven't won a ring, that just want to come here, take a pay cut, and win a ring. That was the
Rashard Lewis.
Yes, that's how they built success there. And I don't think Chris Paul was going to come over on a vet minimum in his prime.
Right. But then Pat Riley couldn't make the trade because Chris Paul didn't want to wear a different number.
I think maybe the number thing had something to do with it, but I don't think it was the main reason why it didn't go down.
Yeah, so my BS meter's going off. I'm not saying that entire story that they told is fabricated, but the angle of the story where this was going to happen except for the jersey number, I don't think the executives who are actually trading you are going to be all that concerned about that. And if you are concerned about that, then I'm also wondering, like, players can't just trade themselves. Although, you know what, as you mentioned, in this modern day in the NBA, they kind of can. So I guess they can get a little bit close. All right, we'll get back to football in a little bit. Ross Bjork is a big advocate of a new scheduling change. What is it, and what are his thoughts? We'll play the audio for you next. Keep it here, 97.1 The Fan.
Head to 971thefan.com to listen on demand and subscribe to all our podcasts. Wasting time has never been easier. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Relax and let Kroger Delivery handle your grocery shopping this week. We start with only the freshest items. Then carefully pack your order in our refrigerated trucks. And our cool trucks keep your food fresh right to your door. Fresh groceries your way with Kroger Delivery. And right now, you can save $20 on your first delivery order. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hey friends, Beamer here, and wow, time really does fly by. Last year feels like 2024, 10 weeks ago feels like yesterday. That's how quick Reclaim by Awaken 180 is and feels. 10 weeks to do what took you 5. 10 years to pile up the weight, 40 pounds gone in 10 weeks. That's what I did. That's what Awaken 180 Reclaim was built for. And I'm telling you, when that kind of weight comes off, life starts feeling a little bit different very fast. Your clothes fit differently, you move differently, you carry yourself differently. Even walking into a room feels different when you're not thinking about your weight before anything else. That's why Reclaim by Awaken 180 makes so much sense to me. It gives you a simple 10-week plan with a real beginning, a real end, and a real finish line. Not someday, not I'll figure it out. 10 weeks to finally go after it and achieve it. And the best part, keeping it off with free support for life. I did it, so you can definitely do it. Reclaim by Awaken 180. Start today at awaken180weightloss.com.
Get Eco.
ECO. Memorial Day is coming.
Yes, it's a day we honor and mourn all the military personnel who died while serving our country.
Yeah, Memorial Day is definitely mostly about that.
Jerry, I've never heard of anything else we're supposed to remember on Memorial Day.
I'm not saying we're supposed to, but there is one other thing I always remember on Memorial Day.
Really?
Get Eco.
ECO. I always remember to get my AC serviced because air conditioner season starts right after Memorial Day.
And you bring this up because?
I've invented a new offer, and I think people will like it.
Okay, tell me.
For just $99, we go to people's houses and wash the outside coils properly. It makes a huge difference.
And we'll test the whole system to make sure that nothing went bad during the winter when it wasn't being used.
Can we do that for just $99?
I've decided we're going to just do it for $89.
Get Eco.
ECO. Positive thinking plumbers, electrifying electricians, and $89 HVAC technicians.
Have a great Memorial Day.
GetEco.com.
Delaware County Veterans Services, here for those who served. Located on the ground floor of the historic courthouse in downtown Delaware, our team of veteran county veteran service officers is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Need a ride to a VA appointment? Facing a financial emergency? Are you or your spouse simply looking for answers? Then give Delaware County Veterans Services a call. 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment. Delaware County Veterans Services.
I love Right Pack Credit Union because they're solution driven.
I feel valued as a member.
They're focused on the latest technology and the personal connections.
Experience benefits that go beyond banking with Right Pack Credit Union. Just ask our actual members.
I definitely recommend Right Pack to all my family and friends as a credit union of choice.
Visit one of our Columbus area Right Pack Credit Union member centers near you. Based on individual members' experiences, results may vary.
Grilling season starts now at Billiards Plus. Shop top-of-the-line grills and turn every cookout into a win. Then bring the fun inside with pool tables, shuffleboard, and more. Everything for the ultimate game room. Billiards Plus. Grills, games, and good times. Online or on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
No way. Gas prices shot up again.
I know, but I got us covered.
So generous. What's your deal?
What's my deal? I went to Metro and saved. Got 4 lines for just $25 each and 4 free new Samsung Galaxy A17 5G phones and all on the T-Mobile network.
Ah, how about we go to Metro today?
Get that more for your money feeling. Visit your Metro by T-Mobile store. Just bring your numbers. Not available if you've been with Metro or T-Mobile in the past 180 days.
Hey, I'm Pick.
And I'm Bull.
My partner here is making his first do-it-yourself fix-your-own-car video.
How do I look?
Like you need a shave.
I'm serious.
Go!
Hey, this Friday through Monday during Dollar Days at Pick and Pull, every part you pick and pull from the yard is 50% off.
You're such a DIYer and social influencer.
From doors to fenders, every part is half off.
Yeah.
Seats are just $15. Doors are $25. Floor mats are just $1.
Are you posing?
Yeah, influencers pose.
This Friday through Monday, fix your car yourself and save 50% off any part during Dollar Days at Pick and Pull.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Bring your landscape back to life with an unbeatable deal from Ohio Mulch. 5 bags of premium mulch for just $10. You choose from absolute black, brown, or red to make your flowers pop and your curb appeal shine. Visit ohiomulch.com to find a location near you.
Common Man and Timmy are inviting select jabronis to the station for pizza. Hey, that could be you. Email goodcleanboy@gmail.com and tell us why you should be chosen.
Presented by Billiards Plus and sponsored by Paisano Peppers.
The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Showery and thunderstorm chances return this afternoon. It will be mild, though, with a high of 76. Overnight, those shower chances do continue, but it should lighten up. Lows fall down into the low 60s. And on Memorial Day, an isolated chance for showers or storms, but most of the day will be dry with a high of 78. I'm meteorologist Ashley Smith on 97.1 The Fan.
If you've recently seen a photo of an older Baker Mayfield fresh off a bender, it's just Bo Bishop. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan. Sports talk, weekend style. You're listening to Fan Sports Sunday.
Apparently I didn't learn my lesson because I literally caught myself in the commercial break peeing with one hand and texting in the other. So, caught myself in real time going like, wait a minute, I just talked about that on the radio and how that's dangerous. And then I just did it again.
That's all right.
All right, so college football is a change, and we were talking about that at the top of the show. By the way, I'm curating a game. I think I'm going to do this in the next segment. We'll do our 2-on-1. Dylan and Nate against me.
Is this formally a new segment that we're going to call 2-on-1? Because if so, I dig it.
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
So our first segment.
We'll go over the rules. We have multiple games. Tomorrow's show, we're definitely playing Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader with Reimer and his lifeline of the millennia, Isaiah Jacob, who is like whiz kid.
Who's going to be in here hungover and tired.
That we may open the show with that. I've been at the Indy 500 before.
Do I need to get him on the line?
Maybe.
I don't want to put him in that compromising position.
I mean, we could ask him first if he wants to come on.
No, it's way funnier if I just call him.
Just cold call him.
They'd be like, hey, this is Cole and Dylan. How's it going, man? And he'd be like, are we on the air right now? I'd be like, yeah. But he's having a good time. He better come back with some stories. I'll tell you that. If you're going to be in radio, you got to be able to tell a story. And so he's going to be put on the spot as soon as the microphones open up.
I wonder what the weather's like there. If it's like in because I think it's supposed to start like here shortly. If they're like any type of delay situation, I kind of hope so. It sounds for a better. T-Bone's there as well.
That doesn't surprise me.
I guess he's like because
huge gearhead.
The Indy 500 is like the prime example of what all sports ticketing is turning into, where you have to have season tickets essentially, or for the Indy 500, you have to like be in it every year, or like your chances of getting it is like not good. It's not a lottery.
I got it through work.
It's more of like
the one time I did win.
It's like a grandfathering in thing. Like the people who have been buying tickets for years have the priority of the tickets. Okay. Kind of like at Ohio State, why people hold onto their season tickets is because once you let them go, you like go in the back of the line, and when it comes to the preferential treatment. So T-Bone just holds on to them, and then he'll just like sell them or give them away to people. Because I told him I wanted to go. He's like, right now I get 6 every year. Maybe I'll get 8. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just keep reminding him that he said that until he gives me tickets to the Indy 500.
How come? Like, what's the strategy as the event for doing so?
I think it's so that you don't have, like, you're for sure selling those tickets every year. You don't have to worry about selling it to new people every year. You're getting the same people. Everyone's money is the same, so you're essentially trying to guarantee your ticket sales, essentially, would be my guess.
I know Bone's a bigger fan of IndyCar than, like, F1, because F1, there's, like, almost no lead changes. It's kind of like you're at the top of the pack, and then the track is so thin that it's like you can't even. And with all the turns, it's hard to get around.
F1, but it seems like it's been getting more popular
for sure
among, I would say, what generation are you a part of?
I'm Gen Z.
I think it's popular amongst Gen Z more than it has been.
List of generations.
Yes.
I know Gen Alpha is beneath me.
Yes.
So let's see. There's got to be a list of social generations.
I'm a millennial. Nate, you're a millennial for sure.
I'm an early millennial.
Yes.
All right. So Gen Alpha is the generation succeeding Gen Z. Researchers in popular media loosely identify the early 2010s. It's got to have like specific cutoff points, right?
Not necessarily. Like, I feel like they're never really specific. It's like a roundabout time. Like, I know the cutoff for millennials is just like some point in the late 90s. Like, I've seen 96, 97, 98.
Yeah, because Gen Z, it says here, Gen Z is generally defined, which that's an oxymoron. Generally defined. Are you kidding me? Generally defined as those born from 97 to 2012.
See, what year were you born?
I was born in 99.
Okay, so
let me tell you, there's a gigantic gap between 97, and I get it. You can't have like, your generations have to be like a little bit wider.
Yeah.
But a lot happened between 97 and 2012.
Yeah.
Like, just like the technological advancements. Like, I remember when I was a kid, I caught the end of CDs. I was at the end of CDs, transitioning into the iPod, like Nano and Shuffle and all that. I was of the, I don't know if everybody had this, because like some kid, like if you had an iPhone, now an iPhone is just standard.
Right.
But
for a 12-year-old.
Yes. So when I was exactly like your first phone being an iPhone, 12-year-old, are you kidding me?
Yeah, right.
Son, you're about to give your daughter a phone. I don't know.
I've thought about it.
I don't know if you realize. Well, okay, you're in a different situation where you and the mom are not living together.
Right.
So that way you can communicate with your daughter even if she's not currently in your possession.
Correct.
So that makes sense. And maybe elevated divorce rates and competition amongst men and women have to do with this. But
maybe.
The age of when kids get their cell phones, we'll talk about Ross Bjork later, who cares? The age in which kids get their cell phone nowadays just keeps going down.
I honestly, so I got talked off of this. I wanted to give her a phone as soon as she went to school. Like kindergarten, boom, here's a phone in case you need to somehow get, like I wasn't going to give her an iPhone at
Flip
6.
phone, old school, Motorola.
Like, I think they have like,
let's go.
It's called like a bug phone or something like that, where it's essentially like a watch where they can call like 5 people max. I was going to give her something like that. And I was like, you know what? That's a little bit overkill. So now
I understand though.
Yeah.
If you don't live with your daughter full
time. But it's also like if something happens at school, like I don't want her to be like, oh, I have to ask this person to call my dad or call my mom. Like
she's about to have a burner phone. She's about to have some connections.
I'd rather her just be able to contact someone she needs directly.
Does your 7-year-old know your phone number by heart?
She doesn't, but she knows her mom's.
Does that sting?
Be honest. How many phone numbers do you actually know by heart?
Okay, I feel like I know a bunch, but the ones that I know, I've known since like 2004.
See, this is about your generation now. My generation, I can name you a few. All right, mom, dad, for sure. I could name you one of my 3 siblings' phone number.
See, like with
and to be completely honest with you, the number that I have in my head, it's either my brother or one of my good friends.
Which one it is.
Because they have the same 3 numbers at the beginning, 614-917, and then they have the same first half basically. And so I know the next 4. I just don't know if it's my brother or my friend.
So I'll explain to you a situation. So
and Kristen's, I know that
about a month ago, I got in a car accident. It wasn't anything serious, but my car did get totaled. And
that sounds serious.
When it happened, like I wasn't hurt or anything, I should say. When it happened, I didn't know where my phone was immediately because when you crash, your stuff just goes everywhere.
Yeah.
My whole family besides my brother was out of town. I don't know my brother's number because he's changed his number over the years.
Yeah.
So once he changed it, like my dad changed his number a few years ago. I no longer know his number. I didn't bother learning the new one. I knew the old one. So when I wanted to call him to like give me a ride, the only person's number that I knew that was going to help me was my mom's, who was in Florida. So I had to get my girlfriend's phone, call my mom. She doesn't answer right away.
Oh.
Then I text her and I'm
Dude,
like,
this is
hey,
like in jail. Like you have one phone call.
This is your son trying to get in contact with you. And I didn't want to be like, I was in a car accident. I was just like, my brother's name's Brandon. I was like, send me Brandon's number.
Okay.
So maybe like 10 minutes later, she hits me back. She says,
Brandon Gonzalez?
Yes.
That's a very American first name with a very Hispanic last name.
Same with me.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, we're just named after 90210 characters, but that's a totally different.
Oh, really?
We could get into that the next break, maybe, of why we're named that. But yeah, so I had to like go through all that just because we don't remember people's numbers anymore. If I had to remember my brother's number, I would just have called him and that would have been that. But because of the way cell phones are set up and you're just saving contacts, no one remembers new numbers anymore, I don't think. Like I know my mom's.
You just hand your phone to somebody
right?
and they put it in for you.
Yes.
Never even look at it
Yeah,
once.
Right? I know my mom's, I know my sister's, I know my brother-in-law's, and that's it.
How about this? Have you memorized any radio guests just by typing in their phone number to call them? Like you'd have Joshua Perry on all the time.
No.
I can get.
I know he has 971 in his number because I remember seeing the
why would-
parallel of the station and him having 971 in the number.
I'm like, that's a weird thing to just
But
blurt
besides
out.
that, I don't know. There's a 9 and a 7 and a 1 somewhere in there.
I could. All right, in the commercial break, I'm going to test myself to see if I can, if I have Tyvis's phone number memorized. That has no use for any of the listeners. I have no idea why I shared that. And we'll get to Ross Bjork and apparently all the 90210 characters that are in Dylan's family. Stick around. 97.1 The Fan.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible. But Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the Columbus community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JP Morgan Chase Bank, NA member FDIC.
Welcome back to What Is That Thing? Today our guest is
Dr. Melvin Parsbrucker. I invented the sump pump.
Ah, the sump pump. I've heard Apex pros talk about those.
Yes, the pros who knows are true experts in sump pumpology.
So, Doctor, what is that thing?
You see, a sump pump is a device designed to pump out sump.
Sump?
For the pump.
You say the pumps?
Sump.
Sump. And what exactly is sump?
It's what gets pumped.
I want to be sure I'm hearing you right. Sump?
Sump.
And that's what gets
pumped. Look, maybe Apex Pros can explain it at your level.
Well, Apex Pros says some pumps are made to keep groundwater from accumulating and flooding your basement, especially this time of year with the big spring rains and the uniquely shallow water table in and around Franklin County. A simple sump pump can protect your home from tens of thousands of dollars in damage.
It's made to sump the pump.
Of course.
No doubt about it. Columbus loves Apex Pros. The pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
Basketball and hockey, they are heating up. And the best place to catch every big shot is Twin Peaks. Enjoy scratch-made favorites, legendary wings, and 29-degree draft beer with wall-to-wall TVs. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
The radio couldn't contain us, so we've taken over YouTube. Catch Morning Juice weekday mornings at 6 by searching 971 The Fan. Do it. Your go-to destination for Buckeye football talk all year round. This is Fan Sports Sunday.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I didn't really prepare for this segment because we spent the entire break trying to recite Tyvis Powell's phone number by memory.
You were close.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, the theme music is coming back. And, hey, look, we're back on the radio. As I'm like literally writing his phone number down in midair. So I think I'm still limited to my mom, my dad, my brother, which I even have to double check that one, and Kristen. And that one was just like memorizing it for the sake of memorizing it, not even like, just like as a game.
Yeah.
I'm just like, can you memorize my phone number?
So I'll tell, if you want to maybe gather your stuff about Ross Bjork.
Yes,
the reason why me and my brother are Brandon and Dylan, for those who watched 90210 back in the day. So my sister is 11 years older than me and 9 years older than my brother. And she was an only child, obviously, for 9 years. And then when my mom got pregnant with my brother, she was like, I don't like this. And the silver lining for her was maybe I'll get a sister. So my brother was born, and it's not a girl. And then to essentially make her feel better about the situation, she was able to name my brother. And she was a 9-year-old who watched 90210, and she liked the name Brandon. So she named him Brandon. 2 years later, same situation. Not happy about having another sibling. But if it's a girl, it would be great. I was born. I got brought home. She locked herself in the closet. Wow. She wanted me to be Christina. Or no, when she found out the news.
Christina Gonzalez.
When she found out the news, she locked herself in the closet.
Okay.
They brought her to the hospital. They let her name me. She names me another 90210 character, Dylan. So that's how me and my brother got our names, was to essentially pacify my sister from freaking out about not having a sister of her own.
Gotta be honest. Gotta be honest. Weak parenting move by your parents right there. Trying to just placate a 9-year-old.
And then an 11-year-old. Yes.
Yes. I just gotta be honest about that. Now, if they gave her some options and said, hey, here are 3 names. We like all 3. We'll let you pick. That would be one thing. But I'm sure that they had veto power. So
yes, that was what I was going to bring up.
If your sister wanted to name you
if she wanted to name us like Orange Top or something like that, Carrot Top,
Patricia Gonzalez.
Yeah, if I'm sure my mom would have been like, no.
Yeah, we're not naming our son Shirley.
That's not happening.
Yeah,
I'm sure once the names were normal, quote unquote, and popular names at that time, it's not like she was the only person naming kids that liked that show and liked the names. So there's plenty of Brandons and Dylans out there in their 30s.
Right. So it all worked out.
Right.
Dylan Gonzalez, I think it flows.
I'm okay with my name.
All right. We'll play a game in the next segment, but we'll actually get back down to business here. Ross Bjork was on the Buckeye Talk pod, co-hosted by all of the Cleveland.com fellas. Stephen Means, who was a regular guest a semi-regular guest, I should say, on Rothman and Ice throughout the week. And Stefan Kreisnick, who is missing from my sand volleyball team from Flanagan's, although he is returning on June 1st of next week. So that would be fantastic. So we are excited to get his height back on the team.
Nice.
And so we'll get him on the front lines. But they were talking to Ross Bjork about the possibility of 10-game conference schedules.
When I was in the SEC, when we added Texas and Oklahoma, I was one of 2 people in the conference who said we should go to 10 games. Why not? If we want content, if we want to make our TV package way more valuable, let's just go to 10. The other guy was Nick Saban who said that way back when. And so I just think your conference content is becoming way more valuable. I think we're probably in the playoff era with a 12-team playoff. It may be a little too early to say, good or bad on playing a game like Texas. The most important thing is try to win all your games. Put yourself in the best position to win all of your games. And if you're in a high impact league like the Big Ten, you're going to be in a great spot. 12-0, 11-1, even 10-2, right? We were 10-2. The year before without, like you said, a marquee game.
How about him weaving in the name drop of Nick Saban? Like, oh, yeah, by the way, the other one is Nick Saban, so I'm totally right.
Right. I find Nick Saban being brought... I find this whole story to be hilarious, actually, because we just had the whole thing where I feel like the rest of college football held the SEC at gunpoint to start playing 9 conference games.
Yeah.
And now that they're doing it, we're like, why not 10? Why not 10? And they're already going to be, all the hillbillies down there are going to be crying that their conference schedule is way tougher than everybody else's. So adding
they already are. Lane Kiffin already is.
So adding a 10th game, I mean, their whining and crying is only going to increase. On its face, I like the idea. I mean, it kind of goes back to what we said, where we want things to geographically make sense in college football. It's like, hey, you're in a conference with all these other teams. Why not just play the teams in your conference? But it kind of depends. It's like, are we going to add Rutgers a year where we would play, I don't know, Ball State? Are we replacing Rutgers Are we replacing Ball State with Rutgers more often than not?
Or are we replacing Texas with
yes,
Rutgers?
Yes.
That's a great question.
That's what my next question would be. What would happen more often? Are we getting rid of a MAC game, or are we getting rid of a premier non-conference game?
Well, here's what I would suggest. If I were in charge over there, first of all, it doesn't benefit anybody at this point to play tough non-conference games because, I mean, Michigan put out the blueprint a couple of years ago when they had a non-conference schedule of UNLV, Bowling Green, and one other forgettable team that I can't remember. And guess what? When they won a national championship, it wasn't held against them.
If everyone is not being hypocrites, which I'm not holding my breath about, if we want more premier games at the end of the year by doing a 2014 playoff, then why wouldn't we put the pressure on the big programs to play bigger games to make more money off of TV contracts?
Because you don't have to. Because then they're going to say, why me? Make somebody else play. Why do I have to be the team that plays Texas? Like make Michigan do it. Make
Ohio
Michigan State do it.
is all about doing for the greater good.
Well,
the big news stuff. So you know what? Let them
they don't have a
do
choice.
this too.
That is what it's going to be like the next thing, because if you're going to lose like the conference championship games, that's going to cost them money. So the next thing the TV deals are going to come up with is essentially the ACC or the SEC Big Ten Challenge for football. That's going to be the next thing that comes up.
That would actually make some sense.
Yeah.
In fact, I've always felt like this. I thought it would be really cool if you had something where, and I guess you'd have to do it with two conferences that have the same amount of teams.
Yeah.
But if you declared it in advance and you said, hey, next, we don't even know, because you know how college football likes to schedule 15 years in advance.
Yep.
Hey, number one from your conference plays number one from our conference. Number two in your conference plays number two in our conference. All the way down the line.
So on and so forth.
We don't need to have anything crazy in terms of like, oh man, we don't even know who we're going to play or when we're going to play, and we don't have this planned 15 years in advance. You don't need to.
Nope.
You just, hey, we have the Big Ten SEC Challenge. But to your point, I think the plan would be, let's replace, if we're going to be adding a power conference game, let's have that in place of a power conference game. And so I think in your scenario, the Rutgers would be the replacement for a Texas.
Yeah.
Which is not good.
And most people don't want to see that.
And as the floor keeps falling, because in college football, let's say, look, man, if it moves to 16, it's moving to 24 eventually. Like, there's no way with all of this talk of a 2014 playoff, that's not the destination at some point in history.
It
I don't
seems
know
like
when.
to me they're going to blow past 16 and go to 24. I haven't heard any 16-team rhetoric in months.
Well, I'm saying even if.
Yeah.
So I'm saying it's going to get to 24.
Right.
The top 24 teams in the country will feature 8 and 4 teams.
Yes.
Not many. It'll be a lot of
The bottom. Yeah.
9 and 3 will be a lot of them, but there will be a couple 8 and 4 teams. But if you have the opportunity to if this is all about just get to 9 wins and secure a spot, why on earth would you not just steal 2 easy wins against 2 opponents that nobody respects? Because at the end of the day, you're going to have 10 conference games that are going to kind of build your, because this is all about recency bias, by the way. So if you just stack, because I think this was a giant misnomer. When the playoffs expanded, I think a lot of people just assumed, oh, teams are going to schedule tougher opponents because they can afford to lose. Well, guess what? Whoever finishes 13th and 14th in the rankings is going to be like, well, shoot, we got excluded, so let's make our lives a little bit easier. Somebody is always going to be the first team out and the second team out.
Right.
And you don't want to be those teams. So make your lives easier and play a bunch of nobodies.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, because the bigger picture is supposedly about making more money, but like you said, you have to get certain schools to make that sacrifice. And as soon as Notre Dame, for example, last year, and everyone's bringing up their schedule this year. And if you're a Notre Dame fan, to your point, it's like, why not? Why not? All they need to do is go 10-2 and they're getting in. Why are they going to risk it by playing Miami and Texas A&M in the beginning of the season anymore?
All right, we got a game, 2-on-1. Stick around, 97.1 The Fan.
If you consider yourself a Buckeye fan, you've come to the right place. This is your heritage sports talker and home of Ohio State Athletics, The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
As the saying goes, trust is earned, never given. When it comes to your roof, who you trust truly matters. At Newman Roofing, we're more than just a business. We're a local, family-owned company built on honesty, integrity, and hard work. From the very beginning, these core values have shaped the way we do business, ensuring a customer experience that's second to none. Our dedication to quality has earned us the trust of thousands of homeowners across Central Ohio. At Newman Roofing, excellence isn't just a word, it's our promise to you. From the moment we step foot on your doorstep to the final handshake, we strive to deliver an experience that keeps you calling back for more. Whether you need a roof repair or a full replacement, our team at Newman Roofing is here to protect what matters most. After all, when your name is on it, it just means more. So give us a call today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit us online at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
Pool days call for cookouts and lots of laundry. This Memorial Day at Lowe's, save $80 on a Charbroil Performance Series 4-burner gas grill. Now just $199. Plus, get up to 45% off select major appliances to keep dishes, clothes, and food fresh. Having fun in the sun is easy with us in your corner. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/27. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. See associate or Lowe's.com for details.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
May the savings be with you at Great Lakes Hyundai. Right now, lease a new 26 Elantra SE for $59 per month for 2 years. Just $59 a month for the May mega sale. This month only. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with owner assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. Dublin or Columbus or glexhyundai.com. With approved credit, $39.95 down plus tax, title, first month payment, 7,500 miles per year, and 6/1.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me the sunshine. Give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. All I need is sunshine and a cool, refreshing mountain dew. So give me my good days. Give me a dew.
Grab some friends and an ice-cold Mountain Dew today.
Mountain Dew.
Do you suffer from leg pain, leg swelling, varicose veins, or leg ulcers? Dr. Joseph Senta and Dr. Barry Zeta at Ohio Vein and Vascular are pioneers in the vein and vascular field. They can perform minimally invasive procedures that will get you back on track to a pain-free life. Stop living with leg pain and start the process to healthy living with a free healthy leg screening. 3 locations to serve you at Polaris, Reynoldsburg, and now open downtown. Go to loveyourveins.com or call 614-426-VEIN. That's 614-426-VEIN or loveyourveins.com.
Recently, our company softball team lost the big game by 1 run. Then Dale tried to console us with the quote, "Winning isn't everything." Dale's a loser. I play to win, like early payout from Bet365. If my team goes up big, I get paid out instantly, even if they blow the lead later.
Sound familiar, Dale?
Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Get Eco.
Memorial Day is coming.
Yes, it's a day we honor and mourn all the military personnel who died while serving our country.
Yeah, Memorial Day is definitely mostly about that.
Jerry, I've never heard of anything else we're supposed to remember on Memorial Day.
I'm not saying we're supposed to, but there is one other thing I always remember on Memorial Day.
Really?
Get Eco.
I always remember to get my AC serviced because air conditioner season starts right after Memorial Day.
And you bring this up because?
I've invented a new offer, and I think people will like it.
Okay, tell me.
For just $99, we go to people's houses and wash the outside coils properly. It makes a huge difference.
And we'll test the whole system to make sure that nothing went bad during the winter when it wasn't being used.
Can we do that for just $99?
I've decided we're going to just do it for $89.
Get Eco.
Positive thinking plumbers, electrifying electricians, and $89 HVAC technicians.
Have a great Memorial Day.
GetEco.com.
Bo Bishop and Dom Taberry. Dom remembers when Bo was a young whippersnapper, and Bo remembers when Dom wasn't part ape.
And then Yolanda one time wanted to wax my knuckles.
Tuesdays with Taberry.
Sponsored by Green & Sons.
Tuesdays at 10:30 on The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Patriot Air Comfort Systems and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable. The Fan.
It's sports conversation, but with a drink and umbrella as a garnish. This is Fan Sports Sunday.
I'm going to be hearing this music sooner or later. Coming in with your Saturday updates. It's going to be football season before we know it. Cole Bartimas, Dylan Gonzalez, Nate Puderbaugh. Nate's going to be a factor in this one because it's game time. All right. So we are calling this 2-on-1, I guess. We played this a couple weeks ago when I was here. So this is kind of like I give you a category where I need a certain amount of answers. Dylan, you are the team captain because you are on this side of the glass. So I will only accept final answers from you, and I do need you to lock in answers, by the way. So I'm not just going to be trying to read your mind of what is a submitted answer and what's just you thinking out loud. This is the radio. You got to think out loud. I can't have silence over here, okay? But I'm only accepting answers from you, but you can consult with Nate all you want to. He is your lieutenant, so to speak.
Okay.
You got to lock in your answers. And by the way, you get 3 strikes per round. And I may advise you, by the way, because we played this game once before, that maybe it would help you if you locked in answers along the way instead of going for it all later. So that way, maybe you can know how many strikes you need at the end of the game.
Right.
So I'm trying to make sure, because this is how my brain works. It's May 24th. I got to make sure that everybody hasn't forgotten what they've already learned, because we may be out of season, but Dylan Gonzalez, I need you to name all 14 teams that made the NFL playoffs this past season.
All right. How do I want to do this? Let's go division by division.
It always helps me.
Yes. That's how I normally look up stuff. So who won the AFC East last year? That would have been the Patriots, Nate?
Yes.
Okay. So, you know what? Let's lock in Patriots.
The Patriots is correct.
We know the Bills also made it from that division, so let's go ahead and lock in the Bills.
The Bills is correct.
AFC North, the Steelers won that, and that division stunks. They were the only one, so let's lock in Steelers.
Steelers is correct.
AFC South, I believe, had 2 teams. The Jags won it. Let's lock in Jags.
The Jaguars were a playoff team.
And C.J. Stroud and the Texans made it. I'm pretty confident in that, so let's lock in Houston.
Correct on the Texans.
AFC West. Broncos won that one. I'm pretty confident. Broncos, let's lock it in.
The Broncos were the 1 seed in the AFC.
Yes. And then did the Chargers make the playoffs last year, Nate?
They did.
Let's lock in Chargers. I believe in Nate.
You have cleared the AFC 7 for 7 so far.
Right.
No strikes used.
Let's go to the NFC teams. Carolina won a stinky NFC South. Lock it in.
The Panthers were a playoff team.
Bears made it. Let's lock in Bears.
Bears is correct.
Green Bay, were they a wild card team? They were in, right?
Yes.
Let's lock in Green Bay.
Packers is correct.
Rams, I was on the Rams bandwagon all year. I know they for sure made it and were in the NFC Championship game. We'll go ahead and lock that one in.
Rams is correct. You have 3 strikes to use and 3 teams left.
You've still yet to hit the Super Bowl champions.
Oh, yeah, Seattle. Let's go ahead and lock that in.
The Seahawks did make the playoffs, yes.
How about the champs from the year before, the Philadelphia Eagles? I think they won the East. I want to go ahead and lock them in.
You need one more.
Man, who is the last team from the NFC? Do you know, Nate? We have Panthers, Bears, Packers.
Niners.
The Niners, yes. Oh, yeah. Lock it in. Slam dunk.
14 for 14. You win game 1.
Easy.
But the good news for me is that we played 2 out of 3. And they're only getting harder from here.
Okay.
So we are in NBA season. So there are 16 teams that actually make the actual bracket after you get through with all the playoff or play-in nonsense.
Yes.
And so I want to test your memory on this. I don't need all 16, but name me 12 NBA teams that made the playoffs last year.
Oh my God, what a gross exercise. Okay.
Well, you flew through the NFL, so I can't make them all. I can't make them all easy where you go strikeless.
All right, let's. The NBA Finals last year was Thunder Pacers, so let's lock in both of those.
1 and 2.
Celtics have been good for the past few years. Let's go ahead and lock them in.
The Celtics is correct.
Who's in the Atlantic Division with them? The Knicks. The Knicks would have made it last year. Let's lock them in.
That's 4.
I'm not sure about Philly or Toronto. Central Division. Cavs. Lock them in.
Cavs is correct.
Gosh, I never know with the Bucks if it was a year that they were healthy or not healthy. Just
you should lock in the Bucks.
All right, let's lock in the Bucks.
All right, we're locking in the
Thank
Bucks,
you,
and that's
Nate.
correct.
That Southeast Division. Let's skip it. Let's skip it for now. Unless you know any of Atlanta, Charlotte, Miami, Orlando, or Washington that made it last year. Are you confident about any of those?
I'm pretty sure the Magic played the Celtics in the first round last year.
I'll trust Nate. Let's lock in the Magic.
Oh, that's why you play with two friends. Magic. That's correct.
Oh, it is correct.
I'm
Thank
saying
you.
that's why you have a friend to help you.
All right.
That's correct.
And Miami, I feel like they would have, but I don't feel like messing with them right now. Denver Nuggets, lock it in.
Denver, yes.
Minnesota, lock that in.
Minnesota's correct.
The Lakers, yes, lock it in.
The Lakers were a playoff team last year. 2 to go, no strikes used.
Houston? How do we feel about Houston?
I remember them being pretty good last year.
Houston, lock it in.
The Rockets is correct.
All right. So
you only need one more. I said name only 12 out of 16.
I want to say the Warriors got in.
See, I'm not sure, but let's go Warriors.
And this game is too easy. 12 out of 12. All right.
Dang.
So I lost because it's best 2 out of 3.
Yes.
I lost. Because I lost the first 2. So what's it matter if you get the third one correct? However, do you really want to ratchet up the heat?
I kind of want to know what it was going to be.
Well, we're going to do it anyway.
Okay.
Just to see, hey, when I play my sand volleyball league at Flanagan's, even if we lose the first 2 sets or first 2 games, we play the third game anyway. Just
play it for fun.
We're already there.
Yeah.
Might as well get our money's worth,
yeah,
right?
You paid your money.
Name me 12 of the 16 teams that have made the Stanley Cup playoffs this year.
Okay, let's.
They can't all be easy. You know what's funny is I saved this one for last because I thought the NBA playoffs of last year was going to be harder.
Yeah.
So how many do you need?
No, I think this is harder. I don't know.
12 out of 16.
And this is sad because I work for the Blue Jackets, but this is still going to be tough for me. Nate, I don't know what your NHL knowledge is like.
I can help a bit.
This year, you said. So currently.
The playoffs are going on right now.
Buffalo, I know for sure in.
I'll give you an easy one because it's in my update. Golden Knights of Colorado are tonight.
All right, so let's go all 3 of those. Buffalo, Vegas, Colorado.
3 for 3.
Montreal, yes, lock it in.
The Canadians did make the playoffs.
We already said Colorado. Dallas, lock it in.
5 for 5. Think out loud. This is the radio.
Vancouver, question mark. How do we feel about Vancouver, the Canucks?
Let's skip that
Okay.
for now. Hurricanes are in.
Hurricanes, yes. Put them in.
Up. Locking in Carolina.
Yes.
That's correct.
Penguins got in.
Yep, lock them in.
Flyers got in.
Lock them both in.
Correct and correct. They played each other in the first round. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are 8 for 8.
Edmonton, lock it in.
The Oilers did make the playoffs.
How many more do we need?
You need, if I'm not mistaken, 3 more.
First round was Golden Knights versus the Mammoth because I hated that series.
Oh, yeah, and I hate the name Mammoth. Lock it in.
The Mammoth did make the playoffs.
I think Vancouver made it. I'm going to go ahead and lock it in.
The Vancouver Canucks were the worst team in the entire NHL.
Oh, my
Strike
goodness.
1.
Who am I thinking of? All right, so we got
the Sabres.
58 points. How about this? They were 14 points behind second to last.
That's bad.
Did we lock in the Sabres?
Sabres was the first team I said.
Okay.
Correct. All right, let's.
Bruins, I think, got in.
Yeah, for sure. We didn't say Boston? Yeah, they for sure got in. They were the first wild card in the East.
Lock it in?
Yeah.
That's 11. You have one more to go and 2 strikes left.
Man. I know the Capitals didn't. I feel like Anaheim, San Jose, Seattle, one of those teams is our last team. Oh, man. Let's go. We got 2 strikes. Which one you want to go with first? I want to do one of the California teams, Anaheim or San Jose. Which one?
Anaheim sounds better.
Let's go Anaheim. Lock it in.
Clean sweep.
Yes. 1 strike, 3 games. Not
I know.
Bad.
Unbelievable. I almost actually gave it to you when you said those 3 teams. Those were the 3 that you narrowed it down to. And you said, I feel like one of those is about to say, one of those did make it. The other 2 didn't. And I was hoping you went back to back incorrect. And then I would have said,
that would have been more drama.
Dude. But you said Ducks, San Jose, and Seattle.
Yeah.
You said Ducks first. So I knew that was going to be your first guess. So I'm like, he got me all right. All right. 8 segments down, 1 to go before we pass it off to the Reds. We got one more segment. Stick around, have some more fun with us here on 97.1 The Fan.
During this 10-second promo, Rothman will lose money gambling on something.
People like you come here and blow the family nest egg that built this town.
Rothman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan.
I love Right Pack Credit Union because they're solution driven.
I feel valued as a member. They're focused on the latest technology and the personal connections.
Experience benefits that go beyond banking with Right Pack Credit Union. Just ask our actual members.
I definitely recommend Right Pack to all my family and friends as a credit union of choice.
Visit one of our Columbus area Right Pack Credit Union member centers near you. Based on individual members' experiences, results may vary.
No way. Gas prices shot up again.
I know, but I got us covered.
So generous. What's your deal?
What's my deal? I went to Metro and saved. Got 4 lines for just $25 each and 4 free new Samsung Galaxy A17 5G phones, and all on the T-Mobile network.
How about we go to Metro today?
Get that more for your money feeling. Visit your Metro by T-Mobile store. Just bring your numbers. Net available if you've been with Metro or T-Mobile in the past 180 days.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the Kroger app. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. So it's always easy to save big. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
You can save big on 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or Dr. Pepper. Select varieties or buy 2, get 3 free with your card. Limit 10. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Welcome back to What Is That Thing? Today our guest is
Dr. Melvin Parsbrucker. I invented the sump pump.
Ah, the sump pump. I've heard Apex pros talk about those.
Yes, the pros who knows are true experts in sump pumpology.
So, doctor, what is that thing?
You see, a sump pump is a device designed to pump out sump.
Sump?
For the pump.
You say the pumps?
Sump.
Sump. And what exactly is sump?
It's what gets pumped.
I want to be sure I'm hearing you right. Sump?
Sump.
And that's what gets
pumped. Look, maybe Apex Pros can explain it at your level.
Well, Apex Pros says sump pumps are made to keep groundwater from accumulating and flooding your basement, especially this time of year with the big spring rains and the uniquely shallow water table in and around Franklin County. A simple sump pump can protect your home from tens of thousands of dollars in damage.
It's made to sump the pump.
Of course.
No doubt about it. Columbus loves Apex Pros. The pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
Coffee, sandwich, hash browns. Tired of the same breakfast routine? Time to refresh your morning ritual with a $6 Tim's Trio from Tim Hortons. It starts with a premium blend of freshly brewed coffee, a hot, savory breakfast sandwich made with freshly cracked eggs, and for a tasty twist, a daily baked donut to sweeten the deal. Ask for the $6 Tim's Trio. Your morning ritual refreshed. Only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants, must ask for offer. Medium coffee only. Terms apply.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
I'm Nate Pluterball with your sports update. It's do or die time for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Last night, the Knicks defeated the Cavs 121-108 to take a 3-0 series lead. Jalen Brunson led the way for New York with 30 points. Game 4 comes your way Monday night. Tonight in the NBA playoffs, OKC takes a 2-1 lead into San Antonio. Tip-off is at 8. In baseball, the Cardinals and Reds split a doubleheader yesterday. St. Louis took Game 1 8-1. The Reds took the nightcap 7-6 in 11 innings. They square off again at 1:40. Catch the action right here on The Fan. Zach Wheeler pitched 6 shutout innings to lead the Phillies over the Guardians last night 3-0. They square off again at 1:40. Catch the action immediately following Fan Sports Sunday. Columbus Crew SC are in action today at Scott's Miracle Grow Field, taking on Atlanta United. Kickoff is at 5. And in the Stanley Cup playoffs, the Hurricanes tied up their series with Montreal 3-2 in overtime. Tonight, the Golden Knights take a 2-0 series lead back home against the Avalanche. Puck drops at 8. Breaking sports news on The Fan, Ohio Sports Destination.
Are you still in your pajamas? We are. You're listening to Fan Sports Sunday.
All right, one more segment. It is my responsibility and mine only. Well, not mine only. If you guys want to be good teammates, pass me the ball with 10 seconds left. Not 1 minute and not 1 second.
Okay.
At 109:40, Nate's going to flip it over to the Reds, whether I'm mid-sentence or not. So if you hear like, oh, what just happened? Cole was talking on the Reds. It's because I lost track of time. So you can blame me for that one. We were talking in the break, and we could go, we got 5 minutes. Like, man, we could do anything. And a bunch of stuff we didn't get to. But you were telling me about how, like, you accidentally had a clip go viral. And
yeah.
And it is kind of funny, especially in your show. I've had a couple. But you had one in particular where you were talking about how this fan base in Columbus is almost favoring. Look, man, we didn't even know we were going to talk about this. Like, this is the final segment of the show. We just stumbled into this. But how you were talking about how a clip of you from your show that we aggregated on our own social media here at 97.1 The Fan, we shared it and it got a little bit of traction.
Yes.
You talking about how this fan base has a higher approval rating for Tavian St. Clair than they do Julian Sand.
What I was saying was there's a small percentage, but they're loud, saying like, oh, Tavian St. Clair has more potential. I would rather see him than Julian Sand. Or a little bit lighter of a take. Let's say Julian Sand is good, but he decides he doesn't want to go to the NFL after next year. There's people that are going like, nah, he could go somewhere else. We want Tavian to play in 2027. And I'm not saying it's nowhere near the majority of the fan base that's saying that. I'm not saying that. But there are like people like I see random tweets about it, random comments in our YouTube chat that are like, oh yeah. And I think it's purely because of the running ability.
Are you saying Ohio State fans' favorite player is the backup quarterback?
Yes.
That has never happened in the history of Ohio State.
Like, I remember the time that I felt the most passionate about the fan base having this take was after CJ Stroud's first game. You guys remember that? It was like like a Thursday or a Friday night in Minnesota, a random weekday conference opener, and everyone was clamoring for who? Kyle McCord.
No.
Yes.
Quinn Ewers.
I don't think so.
Stop it. That was a huge debate here.
He was a true freshman at the time. I don't think that was realistic.
No.
But everyone wanted to see. Point is, they wanted to see someone else besides CJ Stroud. Let's agree on that. Okay?
True. He did have a whack first half, let's be honest. But it's fine. It's fine.
And then what happened?
They won the game. It was all good.
When Kyle McCord finally gets the reins, everyone hates him. Even more so. And it's like, man, we've had some of the best quarterback play in the nation over the past, 10 years.
Yep.
And still people never trust the guy that gets picked.
From 2018 to now, I'm boxing out JT Barrett. From 2018, so 8 years.
Yeah.
Let's cut out.
And it's like, it's never good enough.
No, first of all, you're misremembering. It was Quinn Ewers. Quinn Ewers reclassified, showed up in like late July or early.
He wasn't going to play as a true freshman, realistically.
The fans didn't know that?
Yeah.
Because they weren't thinking. Dude, my freshman year, I was at Ohio State. I had season tickets 1 year. It was my freshman year because I realized that Ohio State's schedule wasn't good enough to me warrant getting season tickets any other year. And credit to Ohio State for being just so much better than all of their opponents. But there was like 1 or 2 games a year worth going to. So 109.40, I'm still paying attention. And my first game at home, my freshman year of college, was the Baker Mayfield plant the flag game. I sleep outside for an hour, do the whole college game day thing, like go all out. Do college game day, go home to my dorm room, sleep for 6 hours, just didn't set an alarm, conveniently woke up for game time, did all that thing. And so, remind me why I'm telling this story.
Just go on.
That's right. Backup quarterbacks.
Yes.
So, the depth chart at that point in time, this is 2017. It's JT Barrett's senior year. Dwayne Haskins is beneath him.
Who we don't know who he is yet.
Right.
Yes.
But yeah, you're right, because it was a few games after that. They had a few cupcake games after the Oklahoma game where he kind of lit it up, and it's like, dude, this backup can kind of throw.
Right.
So Dwayne Haskins was the number 2. Joe Burrow was a year above him, but got hurt in one offseason, and in that offseason, Dwayne Haskins leapfrogged him. So Joe Burrow is number 3. So JT Barrett's the starting quarterback. We got number 2, Dwayne Haskins, number 3, Joe Burrow. Ohio State has a just terrible offense in this game. Terrible. Who do you think that people in the student section were clamoring for?
Probably Joe.
No, I mean, like, I can hear it. There are people saying, put in so-and-so into the game.
I would guess Joe, just because he's from here, and he's probably was more popular amongst the fan base at that point.
Nate, who do you think that the audience, at least in my section, I can't speak for the whole stadium, who do you think they wanted to put in the game?
Joe Burrow.
Unless you're saying it's someone who wasn't on the depth chart.
Tate Martell.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We have 5 seconds left. Goodbye. The Reds are up next. 97.1 The Fan.
We used to have a billboard with our host's face on it, but only ugly people work here now.
You mama say you ugly, hey!
The Fan, Ohio sports.